I'm facing twilight on and on, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a shapeshifter at post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark. Moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me, that's where I found an empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need that mask. I'm a shapeshifter at post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide. I can't tell you how to see me. Just a cage of bones, there's nothing inside. Will it unleash me, burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a shapeshifter at post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.
Okay. Alright. Hello, everybody. What up? What up? What's happening? I scared you. What's up? How's it going? It's been a minute. Oh, come on, man. Don't bring the tits out for the boys here. Yo, Colin, say anything for the 11 months, dude. What's going on, everyone? Stream till midnight? I don't know about that, but we'll see how it goes. I'm doing alright, doing alright. If we're not including the weird stream we did a couple of days ago, how long has it been? Let me see. Almost a week ago, fuck. Well, thanks for waiting. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's been good. Just wanted to catch up with you guys because it's been a minute. It's been a little minute. You feel? I remember the stream was very brief. Yeah, it was. But you'll soon, hopefully you'll soon find, or not, I don't want to say soon, but you'll find out eventually what that was about. You'll find out eventually what that was about. Is that a radish? Not just any radish. Not just any radish. It's sexy radish, dude. Look at him. Look at damn. Look how sexy that is, dog. I wish I would get to this level of sexiness. Absolutely fabulous. Just gonna let it lie here. It's just chilling, just being like, hi. It looks like a persona you can obtain. Radish persona. Sexy Daikon, hell yeah, dude. Objection, thank you for the 8 months. Damn boy, he thick. Dude, if we're talking chonk chart, that's almost like a oh lord he coming levels of chonk chart. You feel? That's a thick mama. That'd be a thick mama. What's up, Etiquette? Thanks for the 2 months, dude. It's a French radish? What makes it French? I don't think it's a French radish. It's just Daikon, dude. No, I haven't been reading Freerun, unfortunately, because I haven't really bought Shonen Sunday quite a while. Oh, I see. Okay, I got the whole French thing now. I get it. Because he wants me to draw him like one of his French girls. I see. How are the piercings healing? Yeah, they're healing pretty well. I got it when I'm trying to remember when I got these done. But the piercing place said that I should wait. I think it's like a month, I believe. I think it was about a month because it's my first one. So I think they were like, yeah, let it heal for like a month and then you can kind of pull it out and, you know, put it in, kind of thing. But I guess it depends apparently. Some people heal way faster, some people take like a few months. So far I think it's been, how long has it been? How long has it been since I got this? I think it's been about a week, 2 weeks? No, must be longer than that. February 27th, I got it done. It was exactly 2 weeks ago. Exactly 2 weeks ago, yeah. So far it's not like swelling or hurting or anything like that. So I gotta let it, yeah, so it's only been about halfway since I've had these in. So I gotta let it heal and just basically not touch it, not do anything with it for another 2 weeks or so. Yeah. But so far, I like it. I can't wait to start wearing like rings and like dangly earrings and stuff like that. That's gonna be dope. Yeah. What have I been doing recently? Well, today actually I went to, well, I don't know if I should talk about it because I'm gonna make a second channel video about it. But you know what? I'll say it just for you guys. guys. I'll say it just for you guys, because you guys came to the stream, so I'll give you a first glimpse into it. But I went to another exhibit. I went to another anime manga exhibit. You know, if you've been checking out the second channel, which you totally should, if you haven't yet, you know, hit that up. All right, let's keep making big channel number go bigger, as we say. I've been to a couple of these, and I've been documenting as much of them as I can. Deathwish, thank you for the gift subs, my dude. And Rintaicho, what's up, dude? 6 months. Yeah. So I went to the so far on the second channel, I went to the what was the last one I went to? I went to the Ava exhibit, which didn't do too well, probably because of the thumbnail. I probably have to change that. But I went to the Ava exhibit. I went to the one that's got the most views is the Berserk exhibit. Yeah, the one that's got the most, like, that's been viewed quite a few times. The Berserk exhibit. And just today, I went to a brand new one. And I can show you one of the things I bought, actually. Rather than say it, I might as well show you something I got there. So I bought an art book for it, because of course, I'm one of those art book collectors, right? I love me my art books. But I went to, yeah, dude. Went to the Baki exhibit. It's fucking dope. Hell yeah, dude. So I went to, so Baki is doing so right now in Tokyo, they are doing the 30th anniversary of Baki. Yeah, can you believe it? It's been 30 fucking years since Baki first came out. 1992, dude. I wasn't even born. But, they're doing a Baki exhibit right now for about a month. And, I went with my friend Hi Guy, who you guys might know if you're a regular on this stream, because we've rated him a couple of times. He's the insane bald dude with the really cool beard. Japanese-American guy. He's a good friend of mine. I went with him today. I was supposed to go with a couple of other people, but, you know, it was kind of last minute, so it was just me and Hi Guy. And honestly, dude, like, I'm gonna talk about it in a second channel video eventually, probably coming out this week sometime. I haven't actually recorded it yet because I just came back from it today. But, like, deadass might have been one of the coolest fucking exhibits I've been to. I feel like I say that every time I go to an exhibit, but legit one of the coolest exhibits I've ever been to. For a multitude of reasons. I mean, you know, especially if you love Baki, which I do. Fucking love Baki. Yeah, it's so good. So good. My god. But yeah, you know your boy had to cop the art book. You know what, I might crack it open actually, because I haven't actually seen inside of it. But I spent a lot of money. I spent a lot of money. Because I bought an artwork as well, because of course I had to, because hear me out. You know, if you've seen my room tour, you know I have lots of different anime artworks and stuff like that. And every time I go to an exhibit and they have an artwork, especially if it's got like a signature in it, which this Baki one did. So I ordered it. It's probably going to come in like 3 or 4 months' time, because that's usually how long it takes. I think the Berserk one took like 6 months to come in. It took a really, really long time. But of course, I got a Baki one. Very excited to show it to you guys when it arrives. But in the meantime, I got the Baki art book. Yeah. The artwork of Baki. And, you know, it's Baki. So, of course, it's gonna be fucking insano. If you've never read Baki, please do. Because I was saying to Hi Guy today, actually. I was saying to Hi Guy today that one thing I don't think I ever understood about Baki is how, and I'm sure we've talked about this on Trash Days as well. Like, one thing I've never understood is, like, how has Baki not become more of a meme in the West? Because, like, you know, like, JoJo, for example, right? Fucking memes are everywhere. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, right? Because it's wild, looks crazy, all that kind of stuff, right? But I have always argued that Baki, in my opinion, is even crazier than JoJo when it comes to like just like outlandish ideas in manga. Because with JoJo, right? Hear me out. With JoJo, yes, it's outlandish. Yes, it's crazy, right? No fucking doubt. Anyone with any sense of anything can tell you that JoJo, the shit in JoJo, meme worthy to all hell, right? Like, of course it is. But in the world of JoJo, right? It's like supernatural, right? Because the stands are all like supernatural powers and all that kind of stuff. In Baki, they try to pass that shit off as just like, it's just a bunch of really strong dudes. Which just makes it even more nutty. You know what I mean? Like, with JoJo, you can just brush it off as like, oh yeah, that's just like a stand power. Stands are, you know, supernatural powers, you know, very, very shonen-esque, right? Whereas Baki is just like, I'm gonna do some like unbelievably inhuman things in this like very rooted in reality, realistic world, but no one's gonna question it because it's Baki. You know what I mean? And it's like, there are so many scenes in Baki that are so meme-worthy. Like, if you read the manga, literally, there is at least one or two scenes or things that they say that is just, it's so quotable and it's so meme-worthy and it's fucking awesome. And it's, and one thing I was very surprised about, actually, with this Baki exhibit I went to, is that, a lot more girls there than I thought there was going to be. Because my general consensus of Baki is that, you know, a lot of guys like it, right? And of course, it's like, that's like calling on guys, right? It's like strong dudes fighting other strong dudes in ridiculously action-packed, like, insane-o ways. Like, yeah, dudes eat that shit up like no fucking tomorrow, right? Yeah, exactly. Very hyper-masculine, you know, dudes love that shit, right? Like, no doubt. But weirdly enough, a lot of female fans of Baki were there. Either that or it was just a lot of girlfriends accompanying their boyfriends and just being good girlfriends about it. Either way, there were more chicks there than I thought there was going to be. So hey, I'm all for inclusivity in that kind of shit. So hell yeah, dude. I'm totally okay with that. But yeah, I mean, again, I don't want to go too much into detail about it. Because I'm gonna make a second channel video about it. But yeah, it's been good, man. It's been great. that was my day today. And then yesterday I went to a mahjong parlor for the first time. That was fun. If you guys saw on Twitter and Instagram, I uploaded a picture of that. So excited for my Trash Taste merch coming soon. Yeah, we do apologize that the Trash Taste Apari merch is going to be coming in a little bit late. Like a couple of months late. Something about the manufacturer side of things has been very something happened with the manufacturer side of things. So we apologize for that. But trust me, I'm just telling you guys right now, the wait's gonna be worth it. All right, this isn't bias because it's our merch or anything, or because I've done stuff with Apari in the past. Like, dead ass. Apari shit is, it slaps, alright? That quality's gonna be worth it. You're gonna be wearing that shit for the next 10 years, easy. Alright, so, hell yeah. You guys aren't sewing them all yourselves? No, I don't think so. Canarius, thanks for the 8 months, dude. Are you guys going to release a plan for the charity day? I don't know if we're going to release it beforehand or not. We might just release it on the day. I don't know. I'm so confused about Baki. On Netflix, do I watch Baki Hammer after I finish the Great Dai Dai Tournament Saga? Okay, so here's the difficult thing about Baki. Alright? So far, like JoJo, it's split up into parts. Okay? In total, there are 5 parts that have been released, at least in the manga, right? But they're not called Baki 1, Baki Part 2, Baki Part 3, Baki Part 4, Baki Part 5. No, that's too easy. That's too easy. It goes Grappler Baki, then it's Baki, then it's Hamma Baki, son of Ogre, then it's Bakido, and then it's Bakido. But the 5th Bakido is in katakana instead of kanji. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why Itagaki Keisuke did that, just to make it more confusing, as if fucking JoJo parts weren't already confusing. And now it gets even more. Yeah, that is some Illuminati shit. It gets even more confusing, right? Hear me out. It gets even more confusing with the anime, because with the anime, they never adapted Part 1, Grappler Baki. They actually started with Part 2, which they just called Baki, because that's what Part 2 is called. And then Part 3 is the fucking, Part 3 is the Son of Ogre, which I think is getting adapted, or has already been adapted. I don't know. I haven't seen Part 3 anime yet. I've only seen the Part 2 anime. And even the Part 2 anime doesn't cover the entirety of Part 2. I'm actually going to get rid of that sound alert. I apologize if it was too loud for you guys. I've been meaning to get rid of the sound alerts, actually. Yeah, in the Netflix anime, they've only adapted Part 2 and 3. They actually completely skipped Grappler Baki. Or maybe they did do Grappler Baki, but I don't know. It didn't come out first. At least I never saw the Grappler Baki anime. I don't know. Oh, 2001. Okay, so wait, hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Yo, Erza, thank you for the 51 months, dude. Appreciate that. Let me look it up. Grappler Baki anime. Let's see. Oh, okay. So yes, okay. So in 2001, there was a 24 episode series of Grappler Baki. Or it's called Baki the Grappler in English. Yeah. And then... Oh, actually, they did Part 2 as well. And then there's an OVA... Oh, that's confusing. Okay. So that... Wow, that's even more confusing. Okay, so there was a bunch of shit that they made in 2001, and then there's the shit that Netflix made. So in 2001, they made 2 seasons of Part 1, Grappler Baki, or Baki the Grappler. They made Baki the Grappler, and then they made Baki the Grappler Saidai Tournament Hen, which is just Grappler Baki, Part 1 Baki, split up into 2 seasons, right? And then they did, and then the sequel to that, they did a 1 episode OVA in 2016 of Part 2, and then the Netflix Baki is Part 2. Is like the full Part 2, 26 episodes. And then Baki Dai Reitai Saihen is the sequel to that? Oh, I guess that's Part 2 of Part 2. Oh, it's Season 2 of Part 2, is what I was trying to say. And then Hamma Baki, Son of Ogre, which came out September last year, is Part 3. Yeah. Which I haven't seen yet. I mean, I've read the manga for it. I haven't seen the anime for it. So yeah, it's very confusing. So basically, if you're looking at it from just Netflix, Netflix has only done Part 2, a sequel to Part 2, and then Part 3. So it goes. So if you're just watching Baki on Netflix, which in my opinion you should, because they did an amazing job at it, then you should start with Baki, and then you should do Baki Daisai Hen, which is the second half of Baki Part 2. And then you go Hamabaki Son of Ogre, which is Part 3. So, there you go. And people say that Fate is confusing. I haven't actually seen the 2001 anime. So I did not know that. So there you go. No, Baki, Baki, Baki. This is Baki. Like, literally one of my favorite manga series. It's so fucking good. That's Baki. Read it. Legit, dude. Legit. Give it a go, please. I know what you're gonna say, right? I know what you're gonna say. Joey, I don't want to read Baki because the art looks ugly. And you know what? You're goddamn right. Shit looks hella ugly. But trust me, you will get over it immediately. You will get over it immediately. I'm telling you, you will get over it immediately because of how ridiculous the fights are and the plot is. It's like JoJo, but I would say it's like it's just like an ugly JoJo that's even more insane than JoJo. You thought JoJo was insane? Nah, dude. Baki is way more fucking insane than JoJo. Okay, look. You know what? You can say Baki's ugly all you like, but I will not stand the kaiji slander, okay? I will not stand the kaiji slander. I don't get people who say that they think kaiji is ugly. I don't see that at all. You can call Baki ugly, dude. But kaiji? Nah. Kaiji's not ugly. Kaiji I think is perfect for the tone and theme of the story. And it's like and again, Kaiji is a lot like Baki in the sense that you will get over the art style so quickly because the plot and what you are reading and what you are seeing is so insane. Just wondering if you ever thought about releasing some Ikuru merch. No, I haven't. Just listen to the music and enjoy it, and I'll be happy with that. Yeah, Kaiji is exactly. Kaiji just has a different art style. Kaiji is not ugly. But then again, like I've seen, like when it comes to like art looking ugly, I've seen some fucking whack opinions about what anime and manga looks good and what anime and manga looks bad. Like, my god, you will not believe some of the shit opinions I've heard. Like, I'm sure I dedicated an entire fucking Let's Fight series to this, but my god, like I don't know if they were trolling or not, but like I've heard some whack opinions. Oh yeah, like the Clanad is ugly opinion, dude. Like, I've had a couple of people say that they thought the Clanad art was ugly. In my and I read that and I was like, dude, you were born in 2005, like. You were born in 2005 if you think Clanad is ugly. Okay, yeah, you guys are throwing Emirichu out there, but look, you've all seen the video. Emily just has whack opinions about anime in general. I don't know, man. You're like, dude, you guys need to see. If you think Clownad's ugly, you guys need to see some fucking like 90s visual novel art style. Like some of them are actually like, whoa. some 90s visual novels that I've played are just like, holy crap! I can't believe people thought this was okay. It's rough. Some of it is rough. Tokimeki Memorial? Nah, okay, look, Tokimemo still looks good. Come on. Tokimemo has flavor. That Tokimemo aged like fine wine, dude. Del Wolf, thank you for the 10 gift subs, dude. Appreciate that. Tokimemo aged like a fine wine, alright? I will not stand for Tokimemo slander. Alright? Tokimemo aged like fine wine. X-Arm? See, it's such a shame with the X-Arm anime because I actually found the manga not long after the anime came out. Like, you know, when I made that video on the first episode, or not video. I made like a short Twitter video just because I wasn't bothered to make a main channel video on it because it was like beating a dead horse essentially. On I made that short like Twitter video I uploaded onto Twitter about just how insanely ridiculous the X-Arm artwork looked, at least the anime. And then a couple of days after that, I was at my local bookstore and I saw a couple of volumes of X-Arm. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of curious. So I started reading it, and it's such a shame because the manga's actually kind of dope. Yeah. It's an actual shame. The manga is actually kind of dope. It's I heard from a lot of people that it was actually quite good, but you know, but then I read it and I was like, okay, the art is actually pretty alright. Not the most amazing thing. Don't get me wrong. You know, not the most amazing thing, but definitely I feel, you know. I think the anime really fucking shot the series in its foot because I think it just completely pushed so many people away from even attempting to try to watch it or read it, rather. I mean, no one had to watch that. That show was an atrocity. That no one had to read it because the manga is actually pretty decent. The anime destroys reputation. Exactly. I mean, a lot of anime have done that. You know. Pupa, for instance, even though the Pupa manga isn't exactly the most amazing thing on the planet, we don't talk about that anime. All right, we don't talk about that anime. We don't talk about the Pupa anime. I was so fucking disappointed with the Pupa anime. I was so mad. And then I think though the biggest sin, in my opinion, the biggest sin of an anime adaptation ruining the manga, other than Berserk, of course, is the Blam movie. Like the Blam, dude, I was so fucking disappointed with the Blam movie, dude. I was so disappointed with the Blam movie. I was praying the Blam movie was going to be good, and it just wasn't. It just wasn't. It was the most 4 out of 10 adaptation I had ever seen, dude. I was so sad. So sad. I've now started to read Beastars. I really like it, but the only two things that I have a problem with, the art style is a bit rough and the body proportions of the characters. Okay, I get the art style is a bit rough thing because Itagaki Paru does tend to have a lot more of like a sketchier look, which in my opinion kind of works, especially with the theming of Beastars, to come to Beastars' defense. Yes, not the cleanest art style, don't get me wrong. It's not like pristine, but I think the kind of rougher, dirtier sketch look fits the kind of grimier feeling of it. And body proportions of the characters? I don't know, man. I think Itagaki Paru has a pretty good sense of body proportion. Don't you think? I think out of a lot of manga series out there, body proportions for Beastars is actually pretty decent. I don't know. Again, I feel it's just whatever kind of style you're into, right? Like definitely way more accurate than, something like Aiken. You know, if you want to see some whack body proportions, watch an episode of Aiken. That one was whew. God damn. Or like any yaoi manga. Read any yaoi manga, but especially yaoi manga from like the early 2000s, bruh. You'll be like, proportions where? Where are the proportions? Like you'd think that some of these yaoi artists have never seen a human being in their lifetime. It's not just the hands, dude. The hands, at least the hands became like a meme, right? At least the hands were like something funny. I've read some early 2000s yaoi manga where it's like, if this proportion is in fact accurate, this man would roughly stand at about 9'7", and I'm pretty sure no one stands at that height. You don't have to be an artist to figure out that some of these proportions are just like a little too glorified, a little too like rose tinted glasses type of thing, Yeah, it's impressive. But again, you know what? Sometimes, and I would argue in a lot of instances with manga and anime, people generally don't give a fuck about what the proportions are like. And, hate to bring it back to Baki, but Baki's a great example, right? Like, especially in part 3, Son of Ogre, body proportions get thrown out the fucking window. Let me just tell you that. But does anyone care? No, because it's a fucking great manga. So, yeah, it's great. I will forever come to Baki's defense. Wow, I just realized I not only I just realized I not only came into defense on Beastars, but then I also subsequently came to defend Baki, which is hilarious because the author of Baki is the father of the author of Beastars, if you didn't know. So clearly I just love whatever that family creates. Oh yeah, you guys didn't know that? Itagaki Keisuke, who is the creator of Baki, is the father of Itagaki Paru, the creator of Beastars. So yeah, there you go. Now you know. Now you know that family is extremely talented. Yeah. It's very cool. It's a very cool family dynamic. Just started strumming a guitar and it's quite hard. Do you have any advice on how to get better? Better? Any advice on how to get better at strumming a guitar? I don't know, man. How when you say strumming a guitar, like what, with a pick? Like what kind of chords are you playing? Are you having trouble with a chord? Are you having trouble with a bar chord? It depends how far you are, dude. I guess just start with simple chords and then trying to get each note. Baki needs an English release of the manga? Does Baki not have an English release of the manga? Wait, really? Oh, really? What? See, that just goes to show you how, like, not popular, or at least underground Baki is, I feel, still, in the grander scale of things. Or, what's the word? Underrated? I guess, yeah, I guess underrated is the word. It just goes to show how underrated Baki is. Because, like, dude, the fucking line to get into the Baki exhibit today was long. Like, Baki is one of those series that I think everyone in Japan knows. Regardless of if you like it or not, it's big. It's like up there in the legendary status in Japan. Really? Huh. I did not know that. We need Viz to license that? Yeah, for real, dude. We need or someone to license it. We need to get those English licensing happening ASAP, dude, with a lot of these series. Especially Baki though. I just want more people to get into Baki, man. I can't stop talking about Baki. Because I just came back from the fucking exhibit. I want more people I want people to talk about Baki. I want to see more Baki memes, dude. Simsy, thank you for the 17 months, dude. Appreciate that. I haven't actually read or watched Kengan Ashura yet. I probably should. I really want to. Enough JoJo memes. We need more Baki memes. Exactly. We've seen all the JoJo memes, right? Part 6 is already out. We've seen it all. They're getting stale, let's be real. We need some Baki memes, dude. Yo, Seta, thank you for the 10 months, dude. I'm doing great. What about Usogui? Usogui is another manga that's extremely underrated. That's also a great fucking manga. There's so many manga in that caliber though, I feel, that is like very underrated. You know, the mind, how would I even describe that genre? It's like the mindfuck big brain galaxy brain 5D chess manga is the only way I can describe it. Like people think, you know, when people think of like big brain, you know, fucking, you know, gambling manga or anime, like people immediately think like Kakegurui. They think of Death Note. They think of, I don't know, those kinds of ones, right? And they're all great, don't get me wrong. Fantastic, right? But we all know there's a ton of manga out there that is just like on another level of big brain, right? Kaiji, obviously, is a big one, but I feel Kaiji is slowly kind of, you know, getting more mainstream, getting more well known. But again, it has to get over that hurdle of the art style, right? Not being everyone's cup of tea, right? And then you have like Akagi, done by the same guy, obviously. You know, Tonezawa as well, done by the same guy. You have Liar Game. You have Usogui. You have another one that's, I think is fucking fantastic, is Ushijima-kun. That's a great one. There's a lot of manga out there that's kind of like that. Any Urasawa Naoki stuff, you know, like Monster, 20th Century Boys especially, is especially 20th Century Boys is fucking fantastic. Still surprised that's never been adapted. Batum is okay. Batum's alright. Second half of Batum could have been better. Let's be real. The anime definitely fucking gave us blue balls, that's for sure. Cause I watched the anime for Batum, really enjoyed it for the first 7 episodes, and then they were just like, well, we're out of a budget. Go read the manga. And so I was like, alright. Went to go read the manga, and yeah, like last 2 or 3 volumes, I was like, oh. Okay. Cool, I guess. So, unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. Allison, thank you for the 4 months. Have you watched Kotaro Lives Alone? Just watched it on Netflix. Reminds me of Barakamon. Very good. No, I haven't, actually. But I do like Barakamon, so... must be good. Hmm. Is World Trigger underrated? I think it's slightly underrated. Not like a whoa, like oh yeah, abso-fucking-lutely like levels of underrated. I think it deserves a little more love than what the West gave it. I think it's like perfectly received in Japan, I feel. But in the West, it wasn't that greatly received, which is interesting. I thought for sure it would be. Still a good read though. 100%, like, recommend. Please, like, give it a read. It's how many volumes is it? I know it's not that long. World Trigger. God, I haven't read World Trigger in forever. How many volumes was it? 24. Yes, it's not that long. It had a decent run. Oh, actually, it's still going. I thought World Trigger ended. Did World Trigger not end? Oh. I thought World Trigger ended. Oh, we went to Jump Square. Okay. That's why. Oh, yeah, it says here. World Trigger series started February 19, 2013. Due to health issues on the part of the author, it was put on hiatus after the 50th issue of November 2016. Series returned October 2018. Ran until November 2019, then it was transferred to Jump Square. Okay, that's why. Okay, that's why I thought it had ended. Because I was like, it disappeared from Jump, so I figured it just got cut. Well, there you go. It's still going, apparently. So, if you want an ongoing series to read on Jump Square, there you go. Check out World Trigger. I mean, to be fair, I don't know how the story goes from after it went on to Jump Square. So, it could be shit, it could be great, I don't know. But at least from what I remember from reading World Trigger, it was pretty good. Pretty good. Not amazing. Not the most amazing jump manga I've read. But I'd say slightly underrated. Slightly underrated. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Mushoku Tensei needs more attention. I think it's got plenty of attention, man. I think Mushoku Tensei has plenty of attention. Don't worry. Don't worry. I think the fact that, it didn't win a single fucking award of the Crunchyroll Awards and people, like, went up in arms about it, suffice it to say, it's got plenty of attention. Don't worry. Attack on Titan needs more attention. Now that's a manga that's underrated. With the guitar thing, I mean the fingerstyle. I can play guitar quite well, but the fingerstyle is giving me a hard time. Oh, I see. Like finger picking, right? Um. Well, I'm not exactly a great person to ask about fingerstyle guitar because, as you can see, I don't have any fingernails, so it's a little difficult for me. But one thing I would recommend is, and I'll just show you an example, is like, because you don't really use your pinky to fingerstyle. You only use these four, right? Mostly, like that. You'll very rarely use your pinky. So I would actually hold your pinky at the bottom here, so that your hand stays nice and still when you do it. Yeah. If that's what you're having trouble with, and then use that kind of, right? Also, with fingerstyle, what I have learned at least is that your thumb plays the top 3 strings usually, of course depending on what you're playing, and then index, middle, ring finger for the bottom or for the top 3 strings. All right. But yeah, normally, like, usually the problem I had was that my hands would start drifting, right, or like drifting this way or drifting towards the pickup here. But maybe placing your pinky right here so that your hand stays still. That way you can. And then when you're comfortable, you can move your hand, and then it'll stay there. Yeah, so try that. That's how but other than that, it's just practice. just practice. I might play some guitar later, I don't know. Can I slap it though? No, I cannot slap it. I have been wanting to learn how to play bass properly though. Cause I only kind of learned how to play bass. But yeah, I wanna be able to learn how to play. I wanna learn slap bass, dude. I never learned how to play slap bass, so I was very tempted the other day to buy like a cheap bass and practice, because that'd be dope. Yeah, I don't, just for practice, I don't need like a super fucking expensive bass or anything. Just, I was planning to just get like $100 bass, something really really cheap, and then just kind of practice on that. Might be fun, might be cool. How do you master the F chord on guitar? It's difficult. You're talking about bar chords, right? Bar chords are a bitch. I hate bar chords. You're talking about... Alright. I don't know if this is in tune. I apologize. You want a fun way of cheating the F chord? I'll teach you a cheap way of getting around the F chord, right? So normally you have to like, do a bar chord, right, which is holding all of the strings, with your index, and then that's F, right? But the cheat way is, instead of holding a bar here, right, you take your index finger and you just hold the first fret of the 5th note down here, and then you mute the E, the top string, and the bottom E. Open F. Way easier to play, way clearer than this. You can play around with that. And then if you're a little bit more confident, you want to have that like top E, then you can, instead of holding all of it down, you can use your index to just hold down the top 2, so these 2. Alright? A lot easier than holding all of these down, right? Just hold these 2, and then do the E. Much easier F than this. Sounds exactly the same. So there you go. Try and practice with that. But I would still try to practice bar chords, because, you're not going to be able to fully escape from it. You need to be a music tutor, Joey. You're good at explaining stuff. I was a music tutor. That's why I know how to explain it. I did that as a side job during high school. I taught a few of my friends how to play guitar. Yeah. That's why I know how to explain music. Just learn power chords. Well, the thing with power chords is that it doesn't sound good on an acoustic. Power chords sound good through distortion, because that's just like a cheap, easy way. It doesn't sound as full though as like a full chord, you know. Death, thank you for the 6 months, dude. What age did I teach it? I think I was like 15, 16. I think. I started learning guitar when I was 13. And I think I was teaching it by around 16. Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't teaching like crazy shit though, don't get me wrong, you know. I was teaching like basics. But yeah. I mean, at that point at age 15, I was already you know, fucking I was already classically trained in piano for 10 years, so. Oh, what's up, hi guy? I was showing everyone the art book we got. That we both got. Trying to convince everyone to read Baki. I haven't said all the details yet though. I did get some other merch, but you'll have to wait till the second channel video, which I'm probably going to film tomorrow. Everyone should read or watch Baki. See? Listen to Hi Guy, guys. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. Isn't Baki 1,000 chapters? It's longer than JoJo, I believe. Yeah. It's definitely longer than JoJo. How many volumes does Baki have? I typed in Baki on I typed in Baki on Wikipedia, and the first thing that came up was Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan, which I didn't know. All right, yeah, Baki the Grappler. Here we go. So Grappler Baki has 42 volumes, Baki has 31 volumes, Baki Hanma has 37 volumes, Bakido has 22 volumes, and Bakido Part 5 has 12 volumes. So that's quick maths, about 130, almost 140 volumes. Yeah. Yeah, about 140 volumes. How many chapters are there? Doesn't say how many chapters there are. But it's longer than One Piece. Easy, yeah, way longer than One Piece. Because it came out 5 years before One Piece came out. And it's weekly. So it's way longer than One Piece. Yeah. Yeah, it's 30 years since it came out, guys. So it's longer than One Piece. One Piece has only been around for 25 years, I think. When did One Piece come out? I think it was 96, right? 97. So it came out 6 years before One Piece did. So yeah, much longer than One Piece. Yeah. How many chapters now? Probably like 1,200, I'd say. It's 40 volumes longer. Roughly 40 volumes longer than One Piece. So calculate that. You know, it's roughly 10 chapters a volume, so roughly 400 chapters more. Roughly 400 chapters more. Yeah. He said only 25 years. Well, yeah, because on the grander scale of manga, like long-running manga, it's not that long, you know? I mean, I read all of Kochikame, which is the longest running manga series ever. That had 200 volumes. So, yeah, so compared to that, it's not that long. No, Kochikame was around for almost 50 years. I think though Golgo 13, yeah, someone in the chat said I think Golgo 13 recently broke that record. Yeah. Okay, so Golgo 13, yeah, Golgo 13 broke that record. Golgo 13 has 203 volumes and it's still going. Yeah, Kochikame ended, I think. When did Kochikame end? Kochikame went from 1976 to 2021 and has 201 volumes. Golgo 13 has been running from 1968 and it's still going. Saito Takao is still fucking going. Or I guess Saito Takao Productions is still going because Saito Takao died last year. Yeah. Have you read Sakigake Otokojuku? Hell yeah, I've read Sakigake Otokojuku. That's a fucking underrated manga, dude. If we're talking about underrated manga, dog, Sakigake Otokojuku is a fucking underrated manga. Holy shit. I'm glad someone brought that up. God, I love Sakigake Otokojuku. It's so good. It's so manly. Dude. I need more people to read that. That was the shit. That was the shit. And I don't think it was that long. I say that it's probably going to be really long. Let me see. Sakigake Otokojuku, 34 volumes. Not too bad. Yeah, dude. Just golden age of 80s Shonen Jump. So many Japanese memes. Yeah, dude. Sakigake Otokojuku has so many Japanese memes. It's so good, though. It's so good. If you want your, like, manly fucking, like... If you love your JoJo, Baki, Fist of the North Star type of, like, manly man manga, you gotta read Sakigake Otokojuku. That shit's so good. How long is the Doraemon manga? The good question. It's not that long, I don't think. Yeah, it's only 45 volumes. It seems like it's longer because people still talk about it to this day, but that's just because Doraemon is just Doraemon's just like a cultural phenomenon in Japan. Like, if given the chance, he'd probably be the fucking next prime minister. But Fujiko Fujio wasn't around for that long. It ended actually quite early because of Fujiko Fujio's death. Yeah. Yeah, it only ended because he died a couple of months after the manga finished. And then it just kind of just ended. Because if you actually read the Doraemon manga, like the tankobon, there's no like this is the end type of thing. Like, it just kind of ends and that's it. Because it's because if you read Doraemon the manga, which I doubt many of you did because you kind of had to be there. Each story is like very self-contained, right, with Doraemon, because it's very much like a slice of life type of thing. And so the final chapter in the final volume is just like another one of those like standalone, self-contained stories. And there isn't really like an ending. It just kind of ends. Yeah. But the only reason why people think it's like still going to this day is just because, it's such a insanely large cultural phenomenon, and like they keep making movies and they keep remaking movies, or all the old movies rather. Yeah. And then there's a lot of like spin-offs that were made by, people who were around Fujiko Fujio and stuff like that. Yeah. It would have continued till this day. I don't know. I don't think so, man, because Fujiko Fujio was born in 1933. He'd be 90 if it was still going. I don't know if he would have. I miss Doraemon's. 懐かしい。ドラえもんズ好きだったな。 I like Dorabesu as well. Did anyone read Dorabesu? That might have just been mean. I don't even think there's a Wikipedia page for it. Dorabesu is so good. How do you spell it? Dorabesu. 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 Oh, it just goes to Doraemon. Wait, where's Dorabesu? If it's under the same Wikipedia page as Doraemon. Anyway, Dorabesu is just Doraemon. It's like a Doraemon spin-off, but they all play baseball, and it's so fucking hype. Dorabesu is dope as fuck. That was my childhood, dude. God damn. I want to read How many volumes does Dorabesu have? I want to buy all the Dorabesu volumes now. How many volumes does it have? It doesn't say. Fuck. How do I... I'm gonna have to look it up in Japanese. Hold on. Dorabesu Tanko. How many volumes is there? Oh, it's on Yahoo. It's on Yahoo Shopping. I can't see how many volumes there is. 23. It's 23 volumes. That's not long. That's not long at all. Oh man, I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted to buy all of Dorabesu, dude. I want to relive my childhood. Oh, I'm really tempted. Dude, someone on Yahoo Auctions or Yahoo Shopping is selling it for $70 for the entire 23 volumes. Hold on, it might be on maybe on Amazon? Mercari? No, hold on. Amazon. Let's see. Oh, it's more expensive on Amazon, okay. Oh, Rakuten. Let's see if Rakuten has it. Oh, Rakuten, here we go. Rakuten has it way cheaper. Yeah, Rakuten has it for $57. 5,700 yen. Do I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? All 23 volumes of Dorabesu? I really want to read it now, dude. I want to relive my childhood. Treat myself? I treated myself today already at the Baki exhibit. Alright, fine. I'll fucking do it. Just gonna fucking add to more of manga I have to read. Alright, I'll do it. Write-off? Yeah. I'll throw it as a write-off. Alright, it's coming in 1 to 3 days. Alright, I ordered it. Fuck. Oh, I just bought all of Dorabesu on stream. God damn it. Well, it's coming in 1 to 3 days, so I guess I'll show you. God damn it. I'm gonna have to. I really have to start fucking. I really have to start. Oh yeah. I really have to start reorganizing my my manga bookshelf. God, I've spent so much money today, dude. Because I don't think you understand how much money I spent at the fucking Baki exhibit, dude. I don't think you want to know how much money I spent at the Baki exhibit. Yeah, below 1K. Below 1K. I didn't go 4 digits. That's absurd. Yeah, below 1K. Below 1K. I spent about $800.
spent $800 at the Baki exhibit. I'm not even capping, dude. I'm not even capping. I spent $800 at the Baki exhibit. It's just, there's just so much good stuff there. And it wasn't like a large amount. It wasn't a large amount. It's mostly one big thing. It's mostly one big thing. 8万ぐらい。8万3000円ぐらい。It's one big thing. So so for example, this, right? This was $30. This was 3,000 yen. Standard price. This is a standard price for an art book, right? Usually art books are like $30 to $50, right? $50 at most, right? But there was. So again, as you know, I have a lot of artworks up here, right? You know me. You've seen it. You've seen it. I have a lot of artworks up here. Some of them I bought at exhibits. Some of them I just got from events that I attended and hosted and stuff like that, right? So I got the one from the Berserk exhibit, right? They weren't selling any other ones at the Anno Hideaki exhibit, unfortunately. But then I saw that they were selling Baki artwork, and not just Baki artwork, but Baki artwork that was hand signed by Itagaki Keisuke. So whenever you see limited edition artwork hand signed by Itagaki Keisuke, of course you're gonna be like, as a Baki fan, you're instantly gonna be like, yes, please pull out the wallet immediately, right? So I got it, and that cost me like $660. So not the most expensive artwork I've bought, right? Like the fucking Meteru one right here was more expensive than that. But it's hand signed by Itagaki Paru, dude. And then and then Hi Guy, who I went to the Baki exhibit with, saw that I was gonna buy that, and I convinced him to do the same. So we both bought a $660 Itagaki Keisuke signed artwork. It was so funny. He was like, dude, I can't do this. And then he saw I was writing my name on it, and he was like, fuck, alright, fine, I'll do it. So I peer pressured Hi Guy into buying a $660 Baki artwork. And you know what? I'd like to think I did him a favor. Alright? Because let's be real. If you're as much of a fan, alright, here's my logic. Here's my logic behind it, right? Hear me out. Here's my logic behind it. If you're so much of a fan of a series or an IP or whatever it is, right, that you are willing to go to a ticketed fucking exhibit of that IP, the thing that you love, then of course, right, you're going to think to yourself, well, this thing is right here in front of me. I paid money to get to this exhibit to see that they were selling this thing. Right? And I don't know when the next one's going to be out. Fuck. We might not ever get another Baki exhibit. And I guarantee it's one of those things where if you don't buy it on that day, you are going to fucking regret that for the rest of your life. You are going to be like, you're going to get home that day, right? And be like, fuck. Why did I not get that? Because now I know for a fact that's never coming. And if it ever does show up again, it's going to be on a site like Amazon or Yahoo Auctions or Mercari or something, some second-hand reselling website, right? For probably twice the price. Because that's how inflation works. That's what an investment is, right? Because I've seen it happen so many times. Right? Where you would see something that you regret buying, or you regret not buying, rather, and you think to yourself, fuck, man. Why didn't I get that? That would have been so dope, right? Because it's also a good conversation starter, right? When people come over, right? Like, for example, people will look at my signed D. Gray Man painting, right? Signed by the author. And there's a story behind that. Being like, yeah, I was randomly in Osaka and I found the D. Gray Man fucking thing, Right? It's great. Of course, don't not to say spend money on everything you see, right? Obviously not. But, you know, if it's something cool like that, and if it's something you really, really, really like and are passionate about, right, then what's stopping you from getting it, you know? Of course, you know, don't be so desperate to buy it if it's going to eat into your fucking, you know, monthly budget, right? Of course, you know, like, please, I'm not trying to spread this thing of, you know, spend money, you know, unresponsibly. Of course, like, please spend your money responsibly, you know, but for some of you more older, ladies and gentlemen, who might have something that we call disposable income, which, if you are in high school, probably sounds like a mythical thing that doesn't actually exist. Let me tell you, after a certain age, yes, it is something that does exist for people who, you know, are fortunate enough to get to themselves at that point. I know. Big shocker. I also thought disposable income was just a fucking myth until I got to that point and I was like, what's this? I don't know what this is. And then when someone said that's disposable income, I went, oh, that's, I thought this shit didn't exist. Turns out it does. All right. But what I'm saying is, right, if you've got a little bit of disposable income, right, where you can, it doesn't even have to be something expensive, right? It can be something, it can be $600, it can be $6, right? It doesn't really, the price really doesn't matter. One thing that I have learned, right, from even back when I had no money, right? Because let me tell you, you know, when I was in high school, I didn't have any money at all because I didn't have a job. Right, we've all heard of the story of how I even got rejected from McDonald's, right? Like that's how much I was fucking unemployed during high school. So in high school, I had no fucking money, like at all. I didn't have a fucking cent to my name, all right? So I had to learn how to, you know, budget myself, right? I had to learn how to kind of be like, all right, well, I've only got this amount of money right now, so what am I going to spend that on, right? And, you know, luckily I was living at home, so, you know, things like food and all that kind of stuff were, like, fine, right? It was more so about, like, you know, with this pocket money that I'm given from my parents every month, because that's how I made my money back in high school. I would do shit around the house for my mum and dad, and they would give me, you know, just a little bit of pocket change, right? So, and you know, I'm one of those people who, and this might sound like bullshit now, but I'm being serious. I am one of those people who is very non-materialistic, right? And again, I know that must sound like absolute bullshit to a lot of you, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you, right? You know, because like, if you went back to, thank you for all the X's. But like, it's, you know, and again, I could say all I want, and it's probably not going to be a thing, right? But the thing is, I don't mind being a little bit materialistic now because again, I have the mythical disposable income, right? But back then, thank you for the 3 gift subs. Black and Blue Steel, thank you for the 3 gift subs. You know, but back then when I had no money, I couldn't afford to be materialistic. But I think what really helped me back then, right, is that I was not material, because even today, I spend more money on people than I do on myself. And that's no bullshit. I mean, there's clearly no fucking benefit to lying about that. Like, I like giving, I like giving gifts to people. It's nice, it's fun, it makes me feel good, right? And, so in a lot of ways, yes, I do, like spending a lot of stuff on my hobbies, right? On things that I really like. Obviously, I have a lot of anime shit because I like anime shit. I collect a lot of vinyls because I like vinyls. When it comes to, I buy a lot of manga because I like manga, right? But more than that, I love giving, I love giving to people way more, right? And that's just because I don't know, a lot of the times, I don't know what to spend that money on other than on things that I like, right? On things that I like, which is my hobbies. But even when I didn't have any money, I liked giving gifts. But I also had to be frugal, right? Because obviously, you know, obviously when I don't have money, you need to be frugal, right? Like there's no, you don't have a choice in that. You just have to be. But I've always said to people, right? I've always said to people, not spending money on yourself is not stingy, right? When you call someone stingy, calling someone stingy is when a person doesn't want to spend money
Talking about
on
investments. What is your dream guitar and do you intend on getting it? Mine is Gretsch Jet Firebird, the same guitar as Eijin Shuganami. I finally
Gretsch
got
Jet
it after 10
Firebird?
plus years, but I don't even play it. However, it did satisfy my teenage
Oh wow, that got cut off. Sorry. Gretsch Firebird, that's a very nice guitar. I would like that a lot. But yeah. I don't know. I mean, this one is already kind of my dream guitar, so I don't know. I don't know if I want it. But Gretsch Firebird sounds fucking dope, dude. That'd be very nice. Anyway, what was I saying? Sorry, FT, I got completely sidetracked by your donation. Thank you for the $5, by the way. Appreciate that. What was I on about? Oh, stingy, right. Yeah. So, you know, when people say, when people call someone stingy, I'll get to your thing in a minute, Kitsune. You know, when people call someone stingy, right? I've always said, not spending money on yourself is not stingy. That's being frugal. Not spending money on other people, that's not being frugal. That's being stingy. All right. Oh, cheers, Hug. I appreciate that. You know, and if there's one thing that I always prided myself in, was not being stingy. But I am and was and still am more frugal than anything. Right? And I think that's like a good mindset to have. Right? Is there's nothing wrong with being frugal. But to a lot of people, being stingy is usually not a great look. You know what I mean? But again, this is not financial advice or any shit like that, right? Like clearly I'm not fucking I'm not here to give you financial advice, right? Because I don't know shit. But if there's anything that I have learned is that there is a big fucking difference between being frugal and being stingy. All right? And if you can learn to be frugal but not stingy, then that's how people get to like you. That's how people like you. And if you can seek more joy in being frugal than being stingy, then that makes a really happy way of using the money that you have. Whenever I hear financial advice, I imagine NFTs. We don't talk about that here, hi guy. We don't talk about that here, dude. No. We don't talk about that here. Kitsune with the $3. I spent a lot more money than I should on the artwork of the Berserk book, but it was worth it. Hell yeah, it was worth it, of course. Out of all the bands that you've mentioned you're into, why did you not give honorable mentions to Aussie bands like INXS or AC/DC? I don't know. It's not that I don't like Aussie bands, it's just they weren't on the top of my head, I guess. I don't know. Do I like I never saw the what am I trying to say? I never saw the I guess immediate urge to be like, oh, I'm Australian and I'm Japanese. I have to immediately mention all my favorite bands being Australian and Japanese. Well, because, you know, they don't have to be. Like, I guarantee a lot of you guys in the chat right now will probably say that you have a lot of you have a lot of Japanese bands that are your favorites, but you're probably not Japanese, right? Same thing with me. There's a lot of great Japanese bands, a lot of great Australian bands, don't get me wrong. But they're not really the first ones that come to my head. But yeah, I love In Excess, love AC/DC. You know what? Let's name all the Australian bands that I love, all right? In Excess, AC/DC, King Gizzard, Midnight Oil. Who else is Aussie? The Angels. Who else is Aussie? Hoodoo Gurus. Who else is Aussie? Kings of Leon are okay. Wolf Mother are okay. Spiderbait. Tame Impala, obviously. My mom's actually Japanese, but thank you. Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, they're fucking great. Fucking The Chats. What's the band that sings Violet Soho, that's the band. Violet Soho are great. Powderfinger are great. Nick Cave. My dad actually worked with Nick Cave's brother, which is pretty dope. Nick Cave's brother looks exactly the same as Nick Cave. Nirvana is not Australian. Nirvana is not Australian, dude. Icehouse? Yeah, Icehouse is pretty good. Skyhooks. What are some other Australian bands? Silverchair. Okay, which era of Silverchair are we talking about? Pendulum. Yeah, they're Australian. Fucking love Pendulum, dude. If we're talking like Frog Stomp Silverchair, hell yes. If we're talking Straight Line Silverchair, hell no. My favorite Australian band, ABBA. Well, I mean, technically, Bee Gees are Australian. Cold Chisel, another great Australian band. Men at Work, yeah, another great Australian band. I actually, you know what? Controversial take. Down Under is not my favorite Men at Work song. Who Can It Be Now is a million times better. Just saying. Yep, sorry. I know most people only know Down Under because it's like the most like the biggest hit. Good song, but Who Can It Be Now is a million times of a better song. All right, you cannot listen to Who Can It Be Now and not nut at that fucking sax line. All right, that fucking sax melody in Who Can It Be Now, banger, banger. Such a better song. That entire first album, actually, amazing. Amazing album. Is it true that Aussie say AC/DC is Akadaka? Yeah, we do. We do call them Akadaka. Sing some Who Can It Be Now? It's like, who can it be knocking at my door? Pa, pa, pa. Go away. Don't come here no more. It's so, who can it be now? Who can it be now? It's, dude, such a good song. Please listen to it. It's such a fucking awesome song. What do I think of Prince? Prince, alright. Prince is okay. You know, I'm not exactly a massive fan of Prince's catalog, because admittedly, I haven't listened to a lot of Prince. Prince, I kind of just like know through osmosis. But one thing I can give a million times, like 1,000,000% respect about Prince is that I think he was an extremely, extremely underrated guitarist. Like, a lot of people just know Prince as kind of just like the, pretty boy, lots of smash hits. Some people call him like a Michael Jackson wannabe, which is so incredibly wrong. But if there's one thing Prince had going on was that he was a fucking killer guitarist. Extremely underrated guitarist, in my opinion. What about Jet? Let's just say there's a reason why no one really talks about Jet anymore. Because Jet... Look, Jet, when I was in elementary school, Jet was everywhere. Alright? Fucking, Are You Gonna Be My Girl? Still a good song. The rest of Jet's discography was not all that great. Not all that great. Not all that great at all. What do you think of Nujabes? Definitely one of my favorites. Oh yeah, I mean, Nujabes. Oh, actually, I was just. Oh wait, no, it wasn't here. I was actually just listening to Nujabes on the record player before I started this stream. Favorite Oasis song? Don't Look Back in Anger, probably. Favorite King Giz album? Favorite King Giz album is probably Infest the Rat's Nest. I used to say it was Murder of the Universe, but I think Infest the Rat's Nest is probably my favorite. As an album package, it's my favorite. Favorite Swans era? Well, my favorite Swans album is either... It's a tie, because sometimes sometimes it's like a... Depends on how I feel. It's either Soundtracks for the Blind or To Be Kind. I'd probably say To Be Kind, though. It's my favorite. The Seer is also a good album, too, though. Polygon Dwanderland is the most underrated. I think the most underrated is I'm In Your Mind Fuzz. That's a really underrated King Gizzard album, I think. I think more people need to appreciate I'm In Your Mind Fuzz. But yes, Polygon Dwanderland, also underrated. Fishing for Fishies is also underrated. Thirsty Merc? Oh my god, I haven't heard that name in so fucking long. Thirsty Merc! I completely forgot about the existence of Thirsty Merc. If we're talking Thirsty Merc, we gotta talk about like 30 Seconds to Mars and fucking Evermore and like all those bands. Holy shit. Thirsty Merc is a band. That's some 2000s shit right there, dog. That's some 2000s shit. 100 Gex on Musical Genius ratio. 100 Gex. Okay. I don't know how many hardcore 100 Gex fans there are here, but 100 Gex to me, I don't know if I like them or not. Because I feel 100 Gex is the most Gen Z pop imaginable. Like, it is like, you know what 100 Gex is? 100 Gex is if pop music was in TikTok form. You know what I mean? This is not like a slanderous like comment, by the way. Like hyperpop to me is music in TikTok form, where it's so fucking loud, fast-paced, immediately grabs your attention, and then before you realize it, it's over. but it has that appeal that where you can just listen to it over and over and over again because it's catchy, right? Like, you know, as much as I don't think I'm like a massive 100 Gex fan, like there's a couple of 100 Gex songs I actually like. It grew on me at first. Like the first time I listened to 100 Gex, I was like, this is shit. But then the more times I listened to the 1000 Gex album, the more I was like, okay, I think I'm starting to figure out its appeal. And now I think like songs like Money Machine are like a really good song. It's like super fucking catchy. But like I was like, why am I not into it when I first listened to it? I'm like, why does this sound like absolute shit? And then it slowly starts to kind of like get, you know, build into it. And I think I had this exact same phenomenon the first time I listened to Death Grips, because Death Grips as well, I don't remember what song I first listened to from Death Grips, but it's probably something off Money Store. But I listened to Death Grips just because one of my friends recommended it to me. And I listened to The Money Store, which is their first album, and I was like, this is shit. I was like, this is some trash. And then I kind of let it sit. And then I came back to Death Grips with what was that album with the penis on the cover? Is that No Love? What is that album? The one with No Love on it. What's that album? No Love, right? That's the name of the album? No Love Deep Web. Thank you. Yeah, No Love Deep. Then I listened to No Love Deep Web. Oh, Ex-Military's there first. My bad. I'm not that in tune with Death Grips discography. Yeah. So then Money Store is their second album? If Ex-Military is their first? Or is Ex-Military like an EP and Money Store is like their first LP? I don't know. Whichever one it is. I listened to Money Store, thought it was shit, let it sit for a little bit, and then I gave it a go again. On No Love Deep Web. And I listened to the song No Love because there was a music video for it. And then I was like, why is this weirdly good? I'm like, why is this? I thought I didn't like this band. Or this group, I guess. I thought I didn't like this group. And then it kind of just like clicked in my head. And I was like, oh, maybe it is good. I don't know. And then I think the song that really made me flip a dime on Death Grips was The Powers That Be. My God, I've never heard of a hip-hop track that hits that fucking hard. Like that first drop on The Powers That Be, I was fucking shitting, dude. Like poop was coming out of my ass. That's how deep that fucking drop was. And then that's when I figured, I was like, okay, Death Grips is definitely one of those, like, you have to, it's acquired taste. I hate using that term, like, acquired taste when it comes to music, but I think Death Grips and 100 Gex for me were definitely acquired taste. Because at first I fucking hated them. Now I think they're pretty good. Again, not out here saying that I think 100 Gex and Death Grips are like the greatest thing that's happened to music in the past 10 years or whatever, but I see the appeal of it now. Yo, Prince Raptor, thank you for 4 months, dude. Yeah. Same with JPEG Mafia. Yeah, I think JPEG Mafia for me was the same. Where like I wasn't like crazy about JPEG Mafia, but then I listened to a couple of tracks on what the fuck is that album called? Or EP, I guess. Or mixtape. I don't know which one it is. It's All My Heroes Are Cornballs, I think. Is the name of that EP? It's the one where he's like It's like the one where he's like sitting on a carpet. I can imagine the album cover. Is it All My Heroes Are Cornballs? Is that the name of it? Yeah, All My Heroes Are Cornballs. That EP or mixtape or whatever it is. I know it's not an LP because I think he only has one LP, which is called LP, which I think is fucking great. But if I had never listened to All My Heroes Are Cornballs, then I don't think I would have liked LP or EP for that fact. And I think when I first listened to All My Heroes Are Cornballs, and then I was like, this is okay. Not exactly my style, but this is okay. And then I listened to EP, the EP, like EP exclamation mark. And then I listened to Bald. That's easily my favorite fucking JPEG Mafia song because it samples a 90s it samples a 90s Nintendo game, which I think is fucking amazing. And then I listened to LP and I was like, okay, yeah, JPEG Mafia is pretty fucking good. But again, I'm like, that's what I like about music though, and that's what I've enjoyed about a lot of things, right? Is that like I'm very open to checking out new stuff, but you need to just give me enough time to go check it out. You know what I mean? LP offline or online? I think I've only ever listened to the online version because I don't own the physical CD. I know offline has like 3 extra songs on it or something, I think, from what I heard. Frank Ocean, yay or nay? It's okay. It's okay. I like some songs by Frank Ocean. I'm not, again, not crazy about Frank Ocean. Oh, are we just... is this just going to be like a... Name a band, does Joey like them or not? I never said Frank was mid. I just think he's okay. I'm just kidding. No, I respect Frank Ocean as an artist. I just... It's not my cup of tea, personally. There's a couple of really, really good songs by Frank Ocean, right? Like Chanel, Nikes... fucking... What the fuck is the name of that song? I always forget the name of that song. Oh my god, what is the name of that song? Self-Control. Thank you. Self-Control, Pink and White as well. Yeah. Nights, yes. Like, when it comes to the Blonde album, I like maybe half the songs on that album. The other half, I'm not crazy about. I do like Chanel though. At first I didn't like Chanel, but it grew on me. It grew on me. Doors? Yeah, I love the Doors, dude. Doors are fantastic. Favorite Kanye album? I'm not a huge fan of Kanye. I don't think I ever was. Although Kanye is fun to follow because of just how much he's gone off the deep end. Not crazy about his music, TBH. I think actually, weirdly enough, my favorite Kanye song is not even a Kanye song. I believe it's a Jay-Z song that features Kanye. I think it's called Otis. I think that's a Jay-Z song featuring Kanye all the other way around. But I like that song because it samples Otis Redding, which I really like. Yeah. Oh, it's a collab from both. Okay. Yeah, that song fucking slaps because of the Otis Redding sample. That song fucking slaps. But other than that, I'm not huge into Kanye. Not huge into Kanye. Same with Drake. Not huge into Drake. You know, Hotline Bling, you know, good track, but I feel that was just ingrained in everyone's minds because it was fucking inescapable at the time. But again, not huge into Drake. Not huge into Drake. Drake Bell, on the other hand, oof, get in my pants. Tyler? Okay, Tyler. Again, I don't know if this is gonna be controversial or not. I really prefer the older Tyler stuff to the newer stuff. Like, to this day, my favorite Tyler album is still Wolf. Yeah, I don't know why. I really like Tyler when he's just rapping. Like when he was still with Odd Future Tyler, I think is just way better in my opinion. I don't know. You know what it is? Maybe I'm not big into like the singy type of like R&B style hip hop, which is basically what, you know, Frank Ocean and like the newer Tyler stuff and all that kind of stuff is, right? Like I'm much more into just like the fucking straight bars type of hip hop than that. I don't know. Again, like when it comes to hip hop, I'm not like, I wouldn't say I know more. I think hip hop for me is an interesting like genre when it comes to like my music taste, because I feel it's not until recently that I really started to like step my foot into the hip hop genre. Yo, Emma, what's up, dude? Thanks for the raid. Yeah, you know, like, yeah, I mean, if you guys saw the 3x3, right, music episode on Trash Taste, you saw that I put MF Doom on there, right? And I think that is the style of hip hop I really, really like. Oh, not much, Emma, just talking about music. You know, like, I love just like the straight, like, no bullshit, just like, just nothing but bars type of rap. You know, I grew up listening to Eminem, right? Because I'm a kid of the 90s. So obviously I grew up listening to Eminem because he was inescapable in the 2000s. You know. And yeah, exactly. And that's why over Tyler, I prefer Earl. Over Drake, I prefer Tribe Called Quest. Over fucking, you know, what's another one? Over Frank Ocean, I prefer you know, a Nujabes or a Wu-Tang or a Nas or a one rapper I recently weirdly got into, which I never thought I would, is West Side Gun. West Side Gun I really like. Yeah, Earl obviously. Yeah, obviously Nujabes is the producer, but I mean, you know, like 5Ds. Yeah, West Side Gun. West Side Gun. West Side Gun. West Side Gun. What's his name? You know, like Armand Hammer's really fucking good. I'm trying to think. What's his name? What's his name again? Fuck, I forgot his name. What the fuck's his name? Aesop Rock. That's it. Aesop. Aesop Rock. Like, Aesop Rock is fucking awesome. Not ASAP Rocky. Aesop Rock. Two very different guys. Yeah, Aesop Rock is really good. His bars are fucking crazy. Who else have I been getting into? An artist that I've been really heavily getting into recently in terms of the hip hop world is Mike, who actually heavily inspired the later Earl stuff. So if you like, you know, like the some rap songs era Earl, Mike is fucking crazy, dude. I love Mike. Mike is awesome. Who else have I been listening to? Well, let's see. Other than that, I've just been listening to like a lot of a lot of punk and like metal. Punk and metal. Not Wazowski. As much as you know, shout out to Mike Wazowski, the fucking legend. Mike Wazowski, yeah, fucking great. No, not Wazowski, just Mike. If you just go on Spotify, just Mike is great. Yeah, I've just been listening to a lot of like, I think today I've been listening to, or this week I've been listening, well, I mean, it's the end of the week, but this week I've been listening to a lot of punk. A lot of punk. Yeah. Like, I'm just looking through my Spotify right now. Listen to a lot of Descendants, Misfits, NoFX, Dag Nasty, fucking Circle Jerks, Black Flag, Minor Threat, what else? Yeah, just kind of that era. Yeah. Where do you find all this music? It's a little thing called Spotify. Yeah. I know. Crazy, isn't it? Sum 41? I said punk. Some 41 fans are not gonna like that joke. It's like it's like Sum 41 is not punk. Excuse you. Don't even try to pretend you just fucking said that. Yeah, you get the fuck out of here. Sum 41 is punk. Shut up. I bet you say the same thing about Blink 182 as well. My favorite thing is I saw because I was listening to Misfits today, right? And there's live footage on YouTube. There's this video of Blink 182 doing a cover of Last Caress by the Misfits, and the top comment is which made me, this is such a music meme, but the top comment on that video is, "This audience is listening to punk for the first time." And I was fucking cracking up in the train when I saw that. I was like, it's moments like these where YouTube comments are just so funny. Oh, it's so funny. Yo, bouncing ball, thank you for 24 months, dude. Oh, it's so funny. It's so true. Look, no hate towards like Sum 41 and like Blink 182, but it's not punk. It's not. It's pop punk. And when I say pop punk, it's like 70% pop, 30% punk. All right. Like, Avenged Sevenfold is more of a punk band than Blink 182, and Avenged Sevenfold isn't even a punk band. So, you know, it says a lot. No, I did not call Avenged Sevenfold a punk band. I'm saying Avenged Sevenfold is more of a punk band. Like, they are more rooted in punk music than fucking Blink and Sum 41 are. Like, have you heard the fucking punk covers that Avenged Sevenfold has done? They've done so many fucking songs with punk bands because they can pull the punk sound off so goddamn well. because they're rooted in punk. They don't play and write punk music, but a lot of their influences are punk bands. They did that fucking song with no effects. They covered Linoleum by No Effects, which is like the punkiest fucking song ever. You know? Anyway, I'm not here to fucking tell you what's punk and what's not punk, alright? Like, it's fine. All I'm saying is, like, all I'm saying is, it's not a very good idea for you to go, yeah, I like punk. I like Sum 41.
Amyl and the Sniffers goated Aussie punk.
Amyl and the Sniffers goated Aussie punk? I've never heard of that, Jason. You know who's fucking goated Aussie punk, though? Clowns. Listen to Clowns. They are fucking awesome Aussie punk band. Please go, if you actually enjoy punk music, listen to Clowns. That is a fucking amazing Australian punk band. So hard. They are so fucking hard. But thank you for the $5, Jason. I'll check out Amyl and the Sniffers. That's such an Australian sounding band. It's such an Australian sounding band. Yeah, but if you enjoy punk, and by punk I mean like not Sum 41 and Blink-182 punk, I mean like actual punk, listen to Clowns. Great fucking punk band. Joke Marks, thank you for 2 months, dude. You love the Offspring? See, Offspring for me. Okay, Offspring are definitely more punk than Sum 41 and Blink. But, there's a big but. Big but. It depends on what era of Offspring you're talking about. Okay? Totally depends on what era of Offspring you're talking about. Because Americana era Offspring is basically on the same caliber of punk as Blink and Sum 41. Right? But debut album Offspring and like Smash era Offspring, Splinter era Offspring, or Splinter album Offspring actually, because Americana came before Splinter. But like Smash and like self-titled Offspring that's some fucking proper punk. That is like 70% punk, 30% pop. And then Americana, they became 70% pop, 30% punk. Right? Same with Green Day as well. Like Kaplunk era Green Day, Dookie era Green Day is like 70% punk, 30% pop. Right? And then I'd say it was around Warning, maybe a little bit before American Idiot. Whatever the album was that came before American Idiot. Was it Warning? I think Warning came before American Idiot. Or it was Nimrod. I forgot which one it was. But like Nimrod, Nimrod, Warning era, Green Day was when it slowly started to shift to more pop. Right? And then that's what basically blew up, American Idiot. Right? Parkbot, thank you for the 15 months, dude. But yeah, still great. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, not the same caliber of punk, right? Like, American Idiot, you know, Green Day is not the same level of punk as, say, fucking Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables by Dead Kennedys level punk, right? Like, totally different. Totally, there's basically two different genres at that point. Do you know Tiny Moving Parts? Yeah, I like Tiny Moving Parts. They're pretty good. Is American Idiot pop? American Idiot is pop punk. Yes, American Idiot is pop punk. It's not pop, but it's not punk. But more towards pop or punk. I'd say it's like a 50-50. Depends on the song, alright? depends on the song, but I'd say it's like 50-50. I'd say that's probably like the most middle ground pop to punk ratio that we've ever seen. That's popular, at least. You know, because again, there are so many different types of punk music, right? Like it's hard to, because here's the thing, right? Music trivia for you guys. Punk by itself is not a genre of music. It was a lifestyle. It was a revolution by the youths of the day that were going against the norm, right? When Sex Pistols came out, right, with you know, Sex Pistols stuff, right? What it was it was a movement. It was like a subculture that was created amongst the youths of being like, fuck what the older people say, fuck what authority says. We're gonna do the shit that we want to do because we believe in it. That's what punk was, right? That was the start of punk. And then the music kind of fitted the attitude, the hardcore, you know, rough around the edges, anti-establishment attitude that was created around the movement. And that's why punk has that, you know, distinct style and distinct sound. It's like rock, but it's harder, it's rougher, and it's more shorter and condensed and to the point. And usually, in a lot of like older punk, especially in the hardcore punk scene in the 70s and 80s, it was very political. It was very non-authoritarian, and it was very anti-establishment, right? You go back and listen to, like, you know, the Nevermind the Bollocks album. You know, you go back and listen to, like, the first Black Flag album. You listen to any album by the Dead Kennedys, or any album by Descendants, or Minor Threat, or any of those, right? And you listen to the lyrics, it's very anti-establishment. It's very, you know, anti-authoritarian, because that's what the culture was, right? So saying that, you know, punk as a genre is very difficult to label, because there are a lot of punk bands that posed as punk bands but weren't actually punk, if that makes sense. And then there are a lot of non-punk artists who have a punk attitude that don't necessarily make punk music. And I think that's what's so interesting, is that there's so many different subgenres of punk when it comes to actually specifying the sound of punk, right? Yeah, okay, so perfect example, right? Kirst Uno says System of a Down, right? System of a Down is a punk band that did not play punk music, if that makes sense. At least that's how I would define it, right? Because a lot of their lyrics were very anti-establishment, very like, I mean, it's in the fucking name of their band, right? System of a Down. It's against the system. It's System of a Down. It basically means it's like, if you are part of the system that is collapsing, then you are going to be dragged down with it. That's what System of a Down means, right? That's what Surge and fucking what the fuck's his name? The guitarist who found, anyway, you know, that's what they came out with, right? They have the attitude of punk, they have the messaging of punk. But Darian, that's it, thank you. Darian's his name. Or Darian? I forgot which one it was. You know, but yeah, so, you know, System of a Down, for example, right, is a punk band that doesn't make punk music. Right? It's the attitude, it's the messaging behind everything. And that's what made System of a Down so great, is that they had a punk attitude, but they didn't necessarily play punk music. Technically speaking, if we were to put a lot of System of a Down's music into a single genre, we would label that as nu metal, right? Because it's metal music with a slight twist. Basically anything nu metal to me is just like, oh, it sounds like metal, but it's a little too weird to be categorized as metal, so let's just put it under nu metal. That's what nu metal was to me anyway. It's metal music that was inexplainable in some degree. So yeah, I would say if you want to listen to like punk music made by punk artists, I would probably say bands like I would say bands like Black Flag, especially early Black Flag. Black Flag, what is it? Dead Kennedys, Minor Threat, Descendants. It's probably it. Probably start around there. And then there's a lot of like underground punk bands, like underground hardcore punk bands. Bad Brains, Ramones, yeah, Clash. Obviously, Sex Pistols and Ramones were like the two founding fathers of punk. You know, and then from there you can kind of spread your wings out, right, into the more pop punk side of things, but still punk sound wise. You know, no effects. You know, if we go to go the opposite direction, Agent Orange, Adolescence, there's a million fucking punk bands I could name right now. Germs, the Urinals, what are some other really good ones? Yeah, anyway, there's a shitload out there. There's a shitload. Did you know that one of Pew's old outros used a bit from Lost in Hollywood by System of a Down? Oh, really? I did not know that. Also, what do you think of Revolution by Orange? I don't know Revolution by Orange. But speaking of Orange, good punk band is Agent Orange. Thank you for reminding me about Agent Orange. That's also a good punk band. Buzzcocks are also another good punk band. Yeah, I don't know. It's you know, whatever you want to define it, right? It's good music. It's good music. Have you heard Father of All Motherfuckers by Green Day? Yes, unfortunately. But then again, I wasn't expecting. You've seen Agent Orange live? Fucking jealous, dude. That must have been great. Oh yeah, Deftones. Yeah, fuck yeah. Of course, Deftones. For sure, Deftones. Great band. How did I forget about Deftones, dude? Does Japan have punk bands in your definition of punk? Well, I would argue the greatest punk band, Japanese punk band, that ever existed was the Blue Hearts. I have their first album on vinyl, but the Blue Hearts were probably, in my opinion, one of the greatest Japanese punk bands that ever lived. Great fucking music. Great music. That first album is so good. Yeah, Linda Linda, dude. That's one of the most famous tracks. But Stance Punks is another great band. Great punk band. Admittedly, I don't know a whole lot of Japanese punk bands. I probably should. But I'm sure there's a lot of great underground Japanese punk bands, because if Japan has done one thing really fucking well, is keep the underground rock scene alive. My god, the Japanese underground rock scene is crazy, dude. So many good bands. And then luckily, a lot of those underground Japanese rock bands make it up into the mainstream in one way or another. Great example, Rin to shite Shigure. They were hella underground during their first album, and then, you know, they got a little bit popular, and then when the number 4 album came out, not number 4, sorry, Abnormalize, when the Abnormalize album came out, when that became the opening to Psycho-Pass, right? Because that's how they broke out into the mainstream, the Psycho-Pass opening, through Abnormalize. See, everyone thinks Rin to shite Shigure got big off the Tokyo Ghoul opening. But that's not Rin to shite Shigure, that's just TK from Rin to shite Shigure. But Rin to shite Shigure as a band, they became big through the first Psycho-Pass opening. But what a lot of people don't know is that before they became the Psychopaths opening one. They have like 4 other albums before that, which are all fucking fantastic. But of course, no one listens to those albums because that's the problem with a Japanese band getting big off of being in an anime, is that you listen to that one song and that's it. Because people are too lazy to go and explore their other shit. That's always bugged the fuck out of me. Same with Asian Kung Fu Generation, right? Do you know how I know this? You know how I know this? Because I experienced it first fucking hand. When I saw Asian Kung Fu Generation at Anime Expo in 2018, right? Because they came to LA in 2018 and they played at that fucking bowling alley area right next to the LA Convention Center, right? It was me, Aki, a couple of my friends, and I'd say about 200 people in this room, right? Watching Asian Kung Fu Generation. And as a massive Asian Kung Fu Generation fan, right? What upset me, or not upset me, but like what was very typical, right? And of course, you know, this was typical because we were at an anime convention, is that the only time the crowd got hyped was when they were playing a song that was used in an anime. Which, you know what sucks? That's like 6 songs out of like 7 albums that they have. Like, and they played so many of the great fucking non-anime songs, right? And you could tell who the real Asian Kung Fu Generations fans were because they were hyped as fuck the entire time, right? But it's only when, you know, something like, you know, like Haruka Kanata came on, or fucking you know, Riri came on, where it was like, oh, I've heard that in an anime, you know. That's when everyone in the room, you know, exploded. But, you know, like, as you know, as a fan of the band, like, I get it, right? I'm totally not blaming that crowd for being like that, right? Totally get it. But I think it's just like such a wasted potential, because a lot of these bands have so much great material out there that unfortunately to a large majority of the population doesn't get noticed because it wasn't in a fucking anime. You know? It sucks. Especially with Rin to Shigure and Asian Kung Fu Generation. Alright? Look, don't get me like, especially with Rin to Shigure, like more so than Asian Kung Fu Generation. Don't get me wrong, as much as I love Abnormalize, as much as I love Unravel, Rin to Shigure has so much good fucking music that only like 1% who actually went to go check out the rest of their discography know about. Alright? And it sucks. Like, the first Rin to Shigure album, number 4, is so fucking good, but no one knows it. No one knows it. No one's listened to it. I can't talk about Rin to Shigure with anime fans, because when I say Rin to Shigure, they're like, yeah, I watched Tokyo Ghoul. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you fucking did. It's probably the only reason why you know Rin to Shigure. I'm like, if you liked that song, then why would you not go check out their other shit? But they don't. Why? Oh, I can't be bothered. I don't know. Sorry, I get tilted about the weirdest shit. It's just frustrating because, like, you know, again, it's like, it's so exciting for someone like me who knew Rin to Shigure when they were still in the underground, right? When they were still just like an underground rock band, to finally get this recognition in anime, you know, being like, oh fuck, they finally used the Rin to Shigure song. Hell yes, finally now people can check out some of their, you know, earlier stuff, which is amazing. And what happens? Nothing. No one checks them out. Because here's the thing. Do you want to know what my fucking all-time favorite Rin to Shigure song is? It's not Abnormalize. It's not Unravel. It's Telecastic Fake Show. Listen to that song. They have a music video for it on YouTube. Listen to Telecastic Fake Show. That is hands down my favorite fucking Nito Shigure song. That album is fucking amazing. Like, if you thought Abnormalize has a crazy guitar line, dude, the guitar, like, I never once thought to myself, I want to learn how to play a Rinto Shigure song on guitar because it's too crazy. When I listened to Telecastic Fake Show, I was like, that riff is so fucking cool. I'm going to force myself to learn that shit. And it is. It's such a fucking dope riff. There's like so many Overworld songs that they've used for anime. Yeah. And guess what? Guaranteed, apart from the songs that were used in the anime, no one has actually gone through their discography. Guaranteed. Same with Asian Kung Fu Generation. Like, if you love Asian Kung Fu Generation, okay, then listen to their album. What the hell is the name of it? Hold on, let me go on to, because I keep forgetting the name of the album. Where is it? Listen to their album Saafu Bungaku Kamakura from 2008. That is my favorite Asian Kung Fu Generation album. Not a single song on that album was used in an anime, which I don't understand because all the songs on that are fucking banger. Surf Bungaku Kamakura is the name of it. It's 10 tracks. Every single one is a fucking banger. Put that album on a summer day as you're driving, windows down. You'll have the best fucking drive of your life, guaranteed. Have you listened to some of the Radwimp's less popular music? You mean their first couple of albums? Which, again, a lot of people haven't checked out. Yeah, I'll type it in chat. There you go. Again, my favorite Radwimps song is fucking Oshaka-sama from their first album. Which is nothing like current Radwimps. Current Radwimps have toned down a lot compared to their first album. Their first couple of albums, they were weird as fuck. They were heavy as fuck. Early Radwimps is godlike. Early Radwimps is rap god. To be fair, yeah. Every time I try and sing Oshaka-sama on in karaoke, I do have a hard time because that boy spits. That boy's giving Eminem a run for his money, dude. Like he sings fast. He's like, カラスが増えたから殺します。さらに猿が増えたから減らします。でもパンダは減ったから増やします。でも人類は増えても増やします。I was like, fuck. It's like that level. No, I'm definitely gonna play more Vampire Survivors in the future, dude, for sure. You sang Kamakura Goodbye, I think, a year ago on a stream, and I can't find the clip anywhere. It was so good. Yeah, dude. Kamakura Goodbye is such a good song. And that's off that album, Saafu Bungaku Kamakura. That's the last song of that album. It's fucking great. Yeah, sorry, I got the sniffles because the hay fever season is starting in Japan. It's officially spring now, my dudes. You know it's spring when all around you, every person around you is fucking sniffling. Yeah, my hay fever's been really bad this year. It's really starting to kick in. I didn't show signs of hay fever for the last couple of years, but this year, dude, I think this year it's really fucking kicking. For sure. Yeah, everyone's sniffing in the spring. Have you ever listened to the chats? Of course I've listened to the chats, dude. Smoko? Pub feed? The chats are the most Aussie fucking band. You want to listen? You guys want to listen to the most Australian band? The chats, dude. They are so Aussie. They're so insanely Aussie. No, the chats. CHATS. You guys are chat. Just singular. Singular chat. Now, you guys aren't even that. You're the boys. You're the fucking boys, dog. You guys aren't chat. You're my boys. Come on. Don't downgrade yourself to chat. You're boys. You're my boys. I don't care if you're a girl. You're still my boy. Alright? My dick just grew an inch. When you come into this chat, when you subscribe, when you follow, when you send bits, when you donate, when you give subs, you're part of the boys, alright? That's what it is. Can I be a man? No. You're the boys. You're part of the boys, alright? Whether you like it or not. Guaranteed dick growth. You know it. That's how it be. Can I get a Ludwig impression of boys? Boys! That's what he sounds like. That's my only Ludwig impression. I think it's pretty accurate. I've never actually tried that before. It sounded a lot better than I thought it was. Deaths, thank you for the 5 gift subs, dude. He has that voice. Like, boys! Someone said that's a lot. Your impressions are just cracked. Yeah, I don't know. That was my first time doing a Ludwig impression. I thought it was okay. Then again, it's just one word, so. You sound like Mario from the TV show. Luigi, get over here. I don't know if that's what he actually sounded like. I don't know if he said that or not. Luigi became Scorpion. Get over here. That's Scorpion. Do the Mario. Is that how Mario sounded like in the TV show? I don't know. I never watched the TV show. Been playing a lot of Guilty Gear over the spring and want to know your opinion on Daisuke's music. Oh, Daisuke's music's fantastic, dude. You need to do more voice acting? I want to, man. I want to, but it takes time, dude. Can you do Yoshi? I can, kinda. Yoshi! And then when he holds the jump, he goes, wow! Yeah, that's Yoshi. Pog, it's Yoshi. There you go, that's Yoshi. Mm. That's really... Thank you. Thank you. Yoshi stream? Sounding more Yoshi than Yoshi. I don't know, man. I like Nintendo games. I like Nintendo games. I've been listening to that my entire life. I think that's just why it's ingrained in my head.
Yoshi, Yoshi. Some people naturally have that good voice box for any sort of voice. I guess so. There's a lot of voices I can't do, though. Meta Knight impression or Kirby impression? Can I do... What does Meta Knight sound like? Roar. Like when he does the cape. when I think of Meta Knight, I just think of like Super Smash Brothers. Kirby? Oh yeah, fight me. That's Meta Knight, right? Kirby? What's Kirby again? Kirby is like Kirby's like Booyah! And then when it sucks something in, it's like yeah. Yeah. Booyah! Yeah, the inhale you just have to. The inhale is easy to do. Anyone can do the inhale, like the. Ness? Okay. No, that's more like Luigi. PK fire! Ah! That's Ness. PK freeze! Cricketot? Cricketot's my favorite. No Pokemon can beat the Cricketot cry. Holy fuck. What the hell was that? Lewis, thank you for the 50 gift subs. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate that. Holy fuck. That is very poggers indeed. God damn. Who would have thought doing a Cricketot impression would get you 50 subs? It's fun. It's fun trying to do impressions. Even if you suck at it, it's like you just kind of, just try your best, right? Just try your best and see if you can figure it out. Because you'll know very quickly if you try to do it, you'll know if it's like in your vocal range or not. I feel like you can do a Waluigi. What does Waluigi sound like again? He's like Waluigi wing. It's like that, right? It's kind of like that. No, that's a little too harsh. What does Waluigi sound like? Wah! It's like that, right? It's a little. It's like raspy. Wah! 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 Waluigi! It's like that, right? Waluigi! It's like that. Wah! And then Wario is just like, it's like Wario time. Like that's like, Wah! Ha! 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 That's Wario. I can do Wario pretty alright.
Wario. What? Wario. Nah, fuck, I can't do it. Wario time. Fucking. Rem. Landover, thank you for the 50 gift subs. Fucking hell. Hype train, let's fucking go. Wario time. Thank you for the 50 gift subs. Oh yeah. Ganondorf? Ganondorf is so low. Yeah, Waluigi is a very nasally. He's like, Waluigi. It's like that. It's very maniacal and oh yeah, it's the Doria, isn't it? Like Doria. It's like that. Look, fucking Christ, Lewis, what? Lewis, chill, bruh. Boys, lads, chill the fuck out, alright? Don't do this to me. Lads, chill the fuck out, lads. Don't do this to me. Alright? Don't do this to me, dude. Lewis, thank you for the 50 gift subs. Holy shit. Lads, chill out. Don't be in a competition right now, please. Oh, fuck, I'm getting barfy. Ugh. Thank you, Ram. I appreciate that, dude. And thank you so much. 1000% level 5 hype train. Let's go. Holy shit. What was I trying to do again? Trying to do Ganondorf impression, right? What does he say other than Doria? What does he say other than that? It's like, Doria! It's like that, right? Oink. No, that's Ganon, not Ganondorf. Yeah, it's like that. Do Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles? I used to be able to do Sonic and Tails. Well, Sonic's like, hey, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, it's like that, right? He just kind of has like a typical, I am a 90s cartoon character type of voice, right? Like, you're too slow! Like that, right? And then Tails is like, we have to He's like, we have to find the Chaos Emerald, Sonic! Come on, Sonic! Holy shit, Lewis, thank you for the 10,000 bits. Fucking hell. Lewis. Chill out, bro. Lewis! You have to chill out with the donations, Lewis! Oh my gosh. Lewis coming in with the 10,000 bits? Huh. Oh, thank you, Sock, for giving a sub to Lewis. This man gave away all those subs and wasn't even subbed himself. Lewis, come on, man. Lewis, chill out, bro. Zoe, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Oh my god. Guys, come on. You're too nice right now. I'm just doing voices, dude. I don't deserve this. They're funding your VA career. And then, oh, fuck. Completely lost track because you guys were too nice to me. And then, what was it? Knuckles, right? What does Knuckles sound like? What does Knuckles sound like again? Knuckles is like, Knuckles the kid, nah. Hey, Sonic! It's like that, right? Oh, protect the Chaos Emeralds. Something like that. Sonic. No. It's hard. Sonic is like, Knuckles is like a less edgy Shadow. Oh, well, I mean, that's not hard. Little higher pitch. Sonic. It's kind of like this, Sonic. Nice cock, Sonic. And then Shadow is like, I'm I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm Shadow. Rem. Oh, fucking Christ. Rem, thank you for the 100 gift subs. Oh my gosh, Tails, did you see that? He just gave away another 100 gift subs. Wow, that's crazy, Sonic. I can't believe it. And Zoe Dragon with the 1,100 gift subs basically gave away a Chaos Emerald. I know, why am I calling you Sonic? I'm Sonic. Chili dogs, whoa. Your Tails is Mickey Mouse. No, Mickey Mouse is like, hello everyone, I'm Mickey Mouse. Oh, hey there, Goofy. I was in Kingdom Hearts. Donald? I can't do Donald. It's too like it's too like oh, dude, I can't do Donald. Donald's like you kind of have to do this. It's just talking while you go. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's one. I've always wanted to know how to do a Donald Duck impression, but I can't. Oh, you meant Trump. Is that what you meant by Donald? Did you mean the duck or did you mean Trump? I can do a Trump impression, not a very good one. I want a wall. I want a really big wall. The highest wall that it can be. I want a wall. That's the Trump is fine. I can't do the duck. All right. I want a really big wall. I don't care what anyone says. America's the greatest country in the world. I want a wall. A magnificent wall. So high. I can't do the duck variety. Obama? I've done Obama before though. Donald Trump says he wants a wall. I'll have to disagree. I'm not against the wall all that much, but I respect the man's vigor. I really do. I want to see. I see where he's coming from, but I just can't agree to it. Joe Biden. I don't know. I don't know what Joe Biden sounds like. He sounds old. I'm sure he does. We're like poking Joe with a stick. Do this character. You are. You are making me do that. Markiplier? Oh, Mark's got such a deep voice. He's like, hello everyone. My name is Markiplier. Welcome back to another Five Nights at Freddy's. That's not a very good Markiplier impression. Is that the bite of 87? Yeah, I know. Markiplier stands will say that that's nowhere close. He's got an interesting voice. He's got an interesting voice. I can't produce a sultry Mark voice, unfortunately. Yeah. He has a very distinct, like, velvety quality to his voice, which I think is what drives a lot of his fangirls. Do old PewDiePie impression? How's it going, Bits? My name is PewDiePie. And welcome to Friday with PewDiePie. You can tell what kind of YouTubers I grew up with. Can you do chills? Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want to find in your Burger King burger is foot lettuce. Chills is easy. My greatest.
I met a Japanese waifu from the Ainu prefecture. Any advice on learning different Japanese dialects, Kappa?
You met a Japanese waifu from the Ainu prefecture? Ainu is not a prefecture. Ainu is the indigenous Japanese people. I mean, you said Kappa at the end, so I assume you meant that as a joke. Or did you fall in love with like a golden Kamui character? Is that what you mean? Is that what you meant? Or did you mean like Aichi Prefecture? That's a prefecture that has a dialect. I don't know how to speak that dialect because I'm not from Aichi, but Ainu is not a prefecture. So yeah, I can't give you any advice, dude. I'm sorry. Thank you for the 500 bits though. Appreciate that. I don't know if I just exposed you or I fell for the troll. I don't know. I don't know. ギャグかなわからん。Dono is Dono, yeah, I guess so. Jacksepticeye? I did a Jacksepticeye impression in front of Sean when I did the video with him, and he said I think he said it was pretty good. He said it was pretty good. I don't want to do it though because it's late at night and Sean is loud. It's like my name is Jacksepticeye, and it's like that. I need to be louder. It's like Toad. I can't do Toad quietly. You know what I mean? Moist Critical? Oh, Charlie's got another one of those voices I don't know if I can do. Charlie's like... Charlie's a very hard voice to impersonate, I feel. It's so recognizable that it's hard to impersonate, you know what I mean? He's like, woo! Yeah, baby! it's kind of what he sounds like. It's not that close though. It's not that close. It could be better. A lot of people reckon it's like that. So I saw this video the other day. It's a lot more like, again, both Mark and Charlie have like very velvety voices, which I can't really do all that great. Yeah, it's like monotone, but it's also like it's not. It's a really interesting voice. Yeah. I didn't think that was very good, to be honest. The yeah baby was nuts. Yeah, baby! I'll keep practicing the Charlie voice.
I'm sorry, I had Ainu in my head from a previous prefecture. I meant Aomori, forgive me.
Oh, you meant Aomori. Okay. Sorry for calling you out like that. Aomori ne. Oh, okay. So you met a Japanese waifu from the Aomori. I mean, you could have just said Japanese girl, dude. Come on. So you met a Japanese girl from the Aomori prefecture. Any advice on learning different Japanese dialects? I don't know. Just talk to her, I guess. But I'm not from Aomori, so I don't know. I only know there's only one dialect I kind of know, and that's because my mom's side is from there. She's from Miyagi, not Aomori, and they're completely different. Also, Aomori prefecture is fucking difficult. Like it's basically a different language. Like the Tsugaru dialect especially is like, it sounds like a European language. Yeah, Tsugaru is insanely hard. So all I can say is good luck, bro. I hope the girl is worth it to go through all that trouble. But you know, I appreciate the commitment. You know, I appreciate the commitment. Go for it, man. Squidward impression? Squidward. Squidward is like I can only do the laugh. SpongeBob. It's like that. Future. It's not great. It's nasal voice. Yeah, nasal voice to the max. And then SpongeBob is like,
Ah! Oh, hey there, Patrick.
"Hey there, SpongeBob. SpongeBob. SpongeBob, me boy. Where have you been? I like money." And then what is it? Plankton, right? Plankton's a really hard voice. I nailed Plankton's voice once. Plankton, Plankton's like, SpongeBob, SpongeBob, I will get the Krabby Patty formula. So it's kind of like that. The secret Krabby Patty formula. It's kind of like that. It's a little bit lower though. I have to hit like that sweet spot in my throat. Pause. I had to hit. It's like a little bit. It needs to be a little bit lower, but I don't know how to get there. I did it accidentally once on stream. I remember, and I can't replicate it. SpongeBob. Sponge. Oh fuck! It's hard. SpongeBob. SpongeBob. No, fuck it. No, it's hard. I can't replicate. It's really close, but there's something off about it. Because Mr. Lawrence, who's the voice of Plankton in SpongeBob, he has such a distinct voice. It's such a cool voice. But yeah, it's really difficult. Really difficult to hit. The French narrator?
Meanwhile, down here in Bikini Bottom, 10 minutes later.
Yeah. That one's fairly easy.
30 days later.
I think meanwhile is a really easy one.
Meanwhile.
Bane?
I was born in the dark side, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was a little boy. And by then, it was nothing but blinding.
Yeah. That's the Bane voice. That's the best Bane voice I got for you. And then Bane, and then if you can do the Bane voice, you can do a Sean Connery as well. Because Sean Connery is just Bane without this. Like,
Cause this is the Bane voice.
and then this is the Sean Connery voice. The name's Bond. James Bond. Can you do Michael Caine? My name's Michael Caine. No, I can't. My Master Wayne. You gotta look beyond the physical. Look more towards the mental. I can't do a very good Michael Caine. I haven't practiced that enough. That's just Chris Broad. That's just general British man voice. That's just a no because can you do Attenborough? Attenborough is like,
We're here in the Gobi Desert, where there are some strange creatures waiting to come out into the sun. The largest of these, the camel.
that's just general David Attenborough. And then Abroad in Japan is just that, but with a harsher tone. So I'll start at David Attenborough and I'll phase into Abroad in Japan, okay?
We're here, the Pacific Ocean, one of the largest mysteries in all of humankind. And today, we're here in Sakurajima, where the largest active volcano is here, standing for 100 years. And we're gonna go and find out what's happening.
Did you see the moment where it transitioned? Hey bro, I can't remember the band. One of their top songs has this line, I'm radioactive, I'm radioactive. That's Imagine Dragons. Oh fuck, I should have seen that coming. Imagine dragging on wait, what? Imagine drag on these nuts across your face? Isn't it supposed to imagine drag in these nuts across your face? Come on, man. I gave you the opportunity, you fucked it up. Imagine drag on these nuts across your face. I think it's drag in. Come on, man. That was a fail. I gave you the chance, man. I fed that to you on a silver platter. The most you could have done for me, dog, was to nail that, and you didn't. You didn't stick the landing. Come on, guys. No, he didn't do it right. He spelt it imagine drag on these nuts across your face. It's imagine dragon, like dragging. I know the joke. That's why I immediately knew that I fell for it. Yeah, it's alright. It's copium. I know. It's copium on my part. Do Sugon impression? What's Sugon? Oh, fuck. I hate you all. Fuck, I'm not gonna read the chat anymore now, dude. I don't want to read the chat anymore. Nah, we done. We done. We done here. We done here, ladies and gentlemen. I can't come back from that. Oh, fuck. God damn it. At least I didn't pronounce it as Sugon, you know? I pronounced it as Sugon, not Sugon. That was the oldest trick in the book. You're right. You're right. Ha! Gotti! I used to be able to do an impression of that as well. Ha! That's it. There it is. That's the ha. Gaunt also fell for it. Nice. Joey's neighbors be like, what the fuck? Ha! But yeah, I don't know. People keep asking me how I can do these impressions. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Half the time I'm doing them for the first time, and I'm like, maybe I can do it. Well, I don't fucking know. And then when I figure it out, I'm just like, oh, cool, I got it, I guess. You just exactly. That's the secret. Oh, sorry. That's the secret with voice acting or anything like that, or like impressions, anything like that. You just gotta go for it. You gotta think back. How did this sound like in my head? And then you just try and replicate what you're hearing in your head as much as possible. Sometimes it's nowhere near it. Sometimes it's like perfect. There's no explanation. I don't know how to do all these different voices. I just can. Right? But what is cool that I found is that if you can do one voice and you can kind of figure out in your throat how to manipulate it to produce a certain tone or like sound, then you can basically do every other character or voice or sound effect that fits a similar aesthetic. You know what I mean? So like, you know, I've talked about this on stream in the past, but like, say for example, you know, a water droplet, like that, right? Like, I mean, that's different, but because that doesn't use my voice. But like for example, like, you know, perfect example is like the Stitch voice, right? Yeah, this is the water droplet's easy. Like anyone can do that because that doesn't require your voice at all. Yeah. There we go. But like, how? Fuck. Sometimes I can't do it. There we go. Under my chin? No, I can't. No, I can't. I can only do it on my cheek here. But like, say for example, like the Stitch voice, right, from Lilo and Stitch. If you can do the Stitch voice, you can do a bunch of other voices, right? You just have to think of characters that kind of sound like Stitch. You know what I mean? So like, You know, like Ohana means family, right? Like fairly easy. You know. But like if you can do that, then you can do a Jar Jar Binks voice from Star Wars. Because it's just Stitch on crack. So you start with Stitch, you do this kind of voice, okay? You start with Stitch, he's a lot more calm, a lot more humble. And then you do a line of Coke, and then you go Jar Jar Binks. Oh no, that's a big scary monster. You know, it's exactly the same. All right, so you kind of go from there, and then you figure out like, oh, it's the exact same voice, just in different pitches. All right. It's just caffeinated Stitch. That's all Jar Jar Binks is. Oh no, that's a big scary monster. Yeah. That's all it is. That's all Jar Jar Binks is. And then once you've kind of figured that out, then you can kind of play around. Like if you take the Stitch voice and then you add a rasp to it, then it kind of becomes like Golem. Smeagol. Precious. You know. You just kind of add things to it, you don't add things to it, and then it becomes similar voices, right? So you just kind of play around with it, you know. You play around with it. You are the voices in my head. Like, say for example, like, you know, the Sonic voice, right? Like, if you know how to do the Sonic voice, you can do a lot of different voices. How about a Zoidberg impression? Or how does Zoidberg sound like again? Zoidberg is like, what's like a line that Zoidberg says? Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah. I love this. Yeah. I'm Zoidberg. Dr. Zoidberg. Yeah. Exactly the same. It's just the same kind of voice. A feast is a feast. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then, you know, if you go a little bit lower than that, so if you start with Vitch, if you go Stitch voice again, and then you go a little bit lower, and kind of push your voice further to the back of your throat, then you become Kermit the Frog. It's kind of the same thing. Just change the way you talk a little bit, and then you become Kermit the Frog. Alright, so it's all about controlling your your voice. That's witchcraft. No, it's just control. It's just muscle control. All right. It's witchcraft. He's a witch. What voice changer am I using? Oh fuck, you found out that I'm using the voice changer. Kermit the Frog. Oh yes, of course. You know, like voice box. You know, sometimes it's just like people just have like a knack for it, obviously. But I think what really helps if you don't have a knack for it is, I think, identifying what voices you can do first of all with your voice box, and you know what your throat and voice is even capable of doing, because you know a lot of people have amazing voices, but they also have very limited voices, right?
Say, for example, they can't hit like a high register, or some people can't hit a low register. Some people can't even hit a mid register very well, right? But, I think it's all about like, what range are you the most comfortable with? And then from there, you figure out, okay, what can I add or remove from my voice that can make it sound like different voices? All right? So, for me, I have a very mid-ranged voice, right? Like, I don't have a low voice, but I don't exactly have a high voice either. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle, right? But I think because my voice is naturally somewhere in the middle, I have more room to play around with. If people have like a really high register, then it's very difficult for them to hit a low register because that jump is very large. And vice versa. If you have naturally a very low register, it's very difficult to hit a very high register because that's also a very big jump, right? So, it's all about that. But then, of course, it's also about, actually playing around with your voice a little bit. Just trying to produce some sounds and seeing if you can even hit that sound or make that sound. Because the thing is, you're not going to know what your register is if you don't try it. I have a pretty good understanding of where my range is when it comes to voices. So that's probably why I can do all these voices. Not very well, in my opinion. I still have a lot more, practice to do with a lot of these voices. A lot of the voices I did today, I'd give like a 5 out of 10 in my head. I could be a lot better at a lot of those voices. But, it's about like just giving it a go, just giving it a go. What's the deal with all these voices? So, yeah. It's about drive. Exactly. It's about drive. It's about drive. It's about power. You'll put in the work and put in the hours, you do. And take what's ours. Can you do the voice of a 27-year-old Australian Japanese man? Oh yeah, I fucking like anime, eh? Oh yeah, fucking yeah. It's pretty accurate. Oh yeah, fair dinkum, you cheeky cunts. Oh yeah, fucking slam down a VB long neck with the boys. Yeah, let's fucking go, eh? It's the fucking weekend. Grab that fucking beer and slam it down with the boys. You fucking earned it. How do you do the Yoshi voice? So Yoshi voice is, first of all, you need to be able to hit the range of the Yoshi voice, which is it's up here. Up here, it's high. It's a high voice. And then once you can hit this range of voice, which is a lot higher than my middle range, right? Because I'm usually down here. But Yoshi is around up here. And then a lot of the voices, a lot of the Yoshi voices use a lot of tongue rolling. So like, brrr, brrring, brrring, ha. And then it's up here, but then you add slightly. It's like putting a tissue on top of your vocal range, so that it makes like a huh, 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 huh. All right, instead of huh, 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 huh. Bring huh. Yeah. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain.
And Kirby is in the same range, right? But instead of having the voice, it's a little bit higher than Yoshi. So if Yoshi's like, it's like around here, Kirby's even higher. Instead of, it's like, Paya! It's a little higher. Paya! Joined in a weird moment. Yeah, sorry. I'm teaching I'm teaching the boys how to do Yoshi and Kirby impressions for some reason. Toad? Well, it depends. Which Toad are we talking about? Are we talking like early Toad, or are we talking current Toad? Because for those of you who don't know, there's two different versions of Toad, right? There's like, you know, the Mario Party 1 first Mario Kart, like, yahoo! Like that Toad. And then there's the okay Toad, right? Two different Toads. Depends which one you want to learn, really. The second one? Here we go! Okay! I don't know, it's just First of all, it's you add a little bit of like it's like trying to get a phlegm out. Right? Like and then you take this voice and then you bring it up higher in the voice. So normal voice, the phlegmy voice, phlegmy voice, and then you bring it up higher. Oh, and then you can talk up here. And then, if you can do that, you can do Marge Simpson as well. How me? I'm not very good at Marge Simpson, but it's the same idea. So that's what I'm saying. Like, with a lot of what I've learned with a lot of voice impressions is that it's just a combination of different techniques that you're doing at once. That's all it is. It usually involves taking your voice up or down on your scale of your vocal range, and then adding something like a vocal fry or like a vocal fold onto it, right? And then producing the sound or doing a certain accent or, you know, that kind of thing, right? That's all it is. I'd say, like, when it comes to doing impressions, nailing the accent and, like, the way that character talks is half the impression. The voice is the other half. Right? Like, if you can nail how to, like, talk like that character or person or whatever it is you're impersonating, that's half it done. Because as much as you can do even if you can do, like, perfectly replicate the voice, if you don't know how to talk like that character, then you're not going to sound like that character, and vice versa. All right? So, like, you know, the only reason why my Sonic impression sounds like Sonic is not just because I'm hitting that vocal range, but it's because I'm changing my accent to the way that Sonic speaks. Right? Because he sounds like, "Whoa! Chili dogs! Gotta go fast!" Right? Like, but if I said gotta go fast in the normal way I say it, gotta go fast! Right? That doesn't sound like it. That sounds weird. But it's when you change it to that very Sonic-y American accent, gotta go fast! Right? Like, that's when you're like, that's Sonic. Right? So half the battle is learning to speak like that character. Can you do Joe Swanson? Hey, Peter. Hey. That's really low for me. Hey, Peter. Oh, come on, Peter.
No, I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of Family Guy.
Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter.
Cartman? Cartman is like
Screw you guys! I'm going home.
yeah. See, if I didn't say that in his accent, it wouldn't sound like Eric Cartman, right? But it's because I know what kind of accent he speaks in and the inflection in his voice. That's when it clicks in everyone's head and goes, "Ah, that's Eric Cartman," right? But if I didn't say that line in that way, you'd be like, "Who the fuck's that?" I don't know. Yeah. Even though, in my opinion, that wasn't a very good Cartman impression. That I can do better with Cartman. Kenny from South Park.
Holy shit, you're right, Kenny.
Kenny on point.
Oh my god, they've killed Kenny! You bastards! Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I miss watching South Park. Dude, Japanese voiceovers? Japanese voiceovers are so hard, though. Japanese voiceovers are so hard. I can only do Kira.
そうだ。僕がキラだ。
I can only do that. I don't know what other Japanese voices I can do impressions of. Lelouch? Oh, Hisoka. I can do Hisoka.
95点。バンジーガム。
Lelouch. I used to be able to do Lelouch. Lelouch is like, but Fukuyama Jun's voice is so hard to do. Lelouch is like,
Lelouch!
yeah, it's like that.
Lelouch v ブリタニアの名に命じる。お前たち、死ね。
It's like that. It's kind of like that. Kurohige from One Piece? Kurohige is like, Ze ha 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 ha. That's all I can do with Kurohige. That's all I can do with Kurohige. Yeah, Lelouch is really hard. Fukuyama Jun is a very talented voice actor, so it's very difficult to do. Gintoki. Oh, I can't do Gintoki's voice, dude. Sanji. Sanji はね、that voice actor as well is really fucking distinctive voice. Sake it? No, I can't do it. Sake da! No. Sake o motte koi! No, I can't do that. Yeah, it's very... Dude, Japanese voice actors are fucking... on another level. Nanachi.
Nah. Meaty.
That's like kind of... I can do better. Do an impression of Meaty.
What does meaty sound like again? What does meaty sound like? Meaty's like. That's what meaty sounds like, right? So it's kind of like that. It just makes noises. Meaty. That's just a door. What the fuck did I join? Just me doing voice impressions now. I'm just making noises now. That was a pretty good door impression. I've never done that before. Agumon? What does Agumon sound like again? What does Agumon sound like? I didn't listen to. I didn't watch a whole lot of. Just noises. Yeah, that's what it should be called. You can improve the door closing part. Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, I'm not very good at like actual sound effects. I can't do sound effects. Like I can't do very many like inanimate objects. Actually, I don't know if I can do any inanimate object other than that. I can't do many inanimate objects. Can you beatbox? Not very well. Yeah, not very well. I like listening to beatbox and watching beatbox. I can't do beatbox though. I tried to learn how to do like the what was it called? Inward bass? Like yeah, inverted bass or inward bass. I can't do it at the same time though. Grindcore vocals. Yeah, it's very bad for your throat. It's just inhaling. You're just inhaling and making a noise. Yeah. Man bear pig. Sounds like the grudge chick. No, the grudge chick is. No, wait, hold on. My throat needs to be. I can do the grudge chick noise, but my throat needs to be. The grudge chick is like. No, it's. No, I can't do it. Can't do it anymore. Nah, I can't do it. I can't get the rasp. Creeper? A creeper is just. Yeah.
What vocal warm-ups do you like doing before recording? Before I record a video, I don't really do vocal warm-ups. It's only before I do like voice acting that I do vocal warm-ups. That was just the Serial Experiments lane power line sound. Oh yeah, that is true. This is kind of the same, isn't it? Metal screams? I can't really do any metal screams. Yeah, I'm not very good at doing metal screams. Any more rapping in the future? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Working on it. Christian Bale Batman?
Where is he? Where's Rachel?
You want to know why I use a knife? Because guns, they're too quick. You can't savor all the little emotions.
That's my very bad Joker impression. Sounds like Bowser. No, Bowser is like. I gotta lick my lips.
You want to know why I use a knife? Because guns, they're too quick. You can't savor all the little emotions.
It's hard to do the little like lick.
I hated my father.
That sounded hot. You're one of those people, huh? Try Bowser Laugh from Mario 64. Well, maybe it might be easier actually if I inhale. Yeah, that sounds more like it than an outward hail. Yeah.
I will make this pencil disappear.
So many good one-liners from that. My god.
Ta-da! It's magic.
It's the inhale that makes it. Yeah, definitely. Because I will stick it in your ass. Oh yeah, he did say that, didn't he? I remember that. Oh, excuse me.
Come on, hit me.
Hit me!
Can you do Arnold Schwarzenegger? I mean, there's like the stereotypical like voice, but Arnold doesn't actually sound like that. He's like, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm in the new Terminator movie. Get to the chopper. You know, he doesn't just sound like, put the cookie down. Yeah. That's my best Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's not good. It's not great. It's not great. Arnold Schwarzenegger while doing the Joker speech?
Do you wanna know why I use a knife? Because guns, they're too quick. You can't savor all the little emotions. So get to the chopper! Nanda kore? Sounds like a caveman. I hated my father. Come on, hit me. Hit me, come on. I'm going to make this pencil disappear. Dylan! Got you pushing too many pencils, huh? You son of a bitch. Tommy Wiseau was like, I did not hit her! I did not! Oh, hi, Mark. Tommy Wiseau's kind of got like a similar voice to me. Like, same range. Oh my god, fucking ite. Keanu? What does Keanu sound like? See, with like Arnold Schwarzenegger and like Tommy Wiseau, like they've got very distinguishable voices and accents and stuff like that, right? Like Christopher Walken as well, right? Like even though my Christopher Walken impression is shit, because I'd argue not many people are good at a Christopher Walken impression. It's just if you just kind of do a lot of pauses in your sentencing and then just kind of accentuate in weird words, then anyone can sound like Christopher Walken. So if I kind of talk like this and leave a lot of pauses, then it kind of sounds like Christopher Walken. Yeah. But it doesn't. It's just you're just talking like Christopher Walken. You're not actually doing the voice of Christopher Walken. It's something completely different. Hey, I'm walking here. Can Australians pick up British accents easily? I'd say so, because they're pretty similar. It's weird because I have trouble doing a British accent. Like, I find it much easier to do an American accent than I can a British accent, because a British accent is too similar to an Australian accent. Dogen speaking Japanese? What is Dogen? Hi, minasan. No, that's not what he sounds like.
この間コンビニエンスストアに行ったんですけど、そうですね。
It's kind of like that. It's very like, it's very subtle. It's very subtle. It's kind of like that. You can do British and American accent. Yeah, I don't know. I want to get better at my British accent. It's just, it's hard because, again, it's because I naturally speak in an Australian accent, as you can tell. No, I'm not British, in case none of you knew that. So because a lot of British accents are very similar to the Australian accent, especially when you go to like the southern British, like London, Brighton, that kind of area. North British is something completely different, right? That's basically a different language altogether. When I try and do a British accent, I slip in and out of my Australian accent because a lot of the words are said in the exact same way as a British person, right? Like, for example, like one way that I learned the difference between a northern British accent and a southern British accent, okay, here's a trick. If you want to figure out where someone is from the UK, if you want to figure out where they're from, if they're either from the north or the south, just tell them to say this sentence. I got a cup from my mother. Okay, I got a cup from my mother. The reason why is because people from the south will say, I got a cup from my mother. But people from the north will go, I got a cup from my mother. So that's how you can tell between people from the north, people from the south. So, like, because southern British accents, like cup and mother, is basically the way that we say it in Australia, cup, mother. It's harder for me to do a southern British accent than a northern British accent. Because in the north, they say cup and mother. I got a cup from my mother. Alright? Northern just speak with a lot of phlegm and spit in their throat. I don't know about that, but... Do a Cork accent? I don't know how to do specific British accents. Because you guys have so many accents. Yeah, cup. Yeah. Cup and cup. Mother. Mother. How do you say scone? I say scone. Scorn. Some people say scorn. Is that not an Irish accent? Now Irish kind of sounds like this. I'm not very good at my Irish accent. I just know a lot of Irish people. Irish. Yeah, it's Irish. Hi Nye, Brian Kai. It's Irish. Can you do a German accent? Not without sounding racist. New Zealand? Okay, so here's a fun fact. If you want to figure out if someone is from Australia, or if you want to find out if someone is from New Zealand, just tell them to say the word apple. Australians, like myself, we say apple. The Kiwis would say apple. Can you hear the difference? Apple, apple. Oh shit, bro. This apple costs $2.50. Oh shut. I'm beached as, bro. That's Kiwi. Oh shut, bro. I'm beached as. Can't afford an apple because I'm beached as. Accents are another thing I want to get better at. Do a Texas accent. How are y'all doing? You doing well on this fine day today? All right. Howdy, y'all. It was very slow, very good, very nice. I really love Texan accent. All right, all right, all right. It's high noon. I love the southern American accent. It's slow and like drawled out, especially especially people from like Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia, like around there. It's like it's very good, very nice, very slow and drawled out. How are y'all doing? Hope y'all have a wonderful day. You know, I like that. And then the Boston accent is fucking dope. Boston accent is so fucking cool. Parked the car in the morning, had a cup of coffee in the morning. You sound like Owen Wilson. Oh no. Oh, I sound like this. Owen Wilson kind of sounds like this. That was a really bad Owen Wilson impression. I'm sorry. New York accent? New York? dog, coffee. It's the or sound. Or, dog, coffee, water. I'm walking, New York. That's an awfully hot coffee pot. That's an awfully hot coffee pot. And then Valley Girl kind of sounds like this. Like if you're from the West Coast, like around California, Santa Monica, around there, you kind of, have a little bit of a nasal voice. Like, oh my god. So Stacy the other day was just so fucking elated. So fucking elated. Look at her butt. I mean, wow. Who the fuck does she think she is? Let's go get a Starbucks. I feel like a panini.
The only reason I can do that is because I know people who sound exactly like that.
Maybe a bit of boba. Boba? So last year. Knock knock, hello. 2022 calling.
You go, girl.
Yas Queen Slay.
What is it about so many West Coast girls that have a lisp? Why do y'all have a lisp? That's what I want to find out. Is that just like a valley thing that if you're from the valley you just develop a lisp? It's like a fake lisp. Like it's not yas, like s. It's like a th. Like instead of slay, it's slay.
Yas Queen Slay.
It's not a lisp, it's an emphasis. I think you're going beyond emphasis, dude. That's just a lisp. You're just Mike Tyson territory.
I'm Mike Tyson. I bit his ear off. I can't tell you why. I just bit his ear off.
Because Mike Tyson actually has a lisp.
Can I put my balls on your face? Can I put these nuts on your face?
Honestly, as someone from that region, I find that people that have that accent tend to be from Calabasas or people that come from out of state. Oh, really? But natives don't tend to have it. Ah, so it's probably like neighboring states, right? That makes sense.
These nuts.
Anyway, on that weird note, I should probably end the stream right here because it's 1 a.m. here and I need to go to bed. So, thanks for coming out, guys.
Thanks for coming out. I fucking appreciate you all. No one I know is streaming right now, so I'm just gonna like end the fucking stream here. Like I don't give a fuck. But thank you to everyone who gifted subs, donations, of course, and just coming out to say hi. You know, I appreciate you. Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway. I'm going to bed. I'm clearly very tired. But I'll see you guys soon. Alright? Cool. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Where have you been? Been searching all along, confessing while alone and on, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter.